The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
Hey wrestling fans, this is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I want you to listen to Mike Trash. Mike Trash, and that's with Trash Talking Radio from 7 to 10. Trash Talking Radio. One of the best guys you ever want to listen to. One of the best guys I've ever talked to. Trash Talking, that's where it's at. Dragon talking at you.
Who's better than Canyon? Well, the only people I know are the people on Trash Talking Radio from 7 to 10 every Tuesday night on TrashTalkingRadio.com.
This is Danny Bonaducci. Nobody trash talks like me. That's why I quit the Parker family. A bunch of goofballs dressed up in red velvet suits. How embarrassing. If David Cassidy was there right now, I'd tell him what I think about him. Why? Because you're listening to Trash Talk, 7 to 10 p.m. Ooh, listen. Boy, working man feel good. I'll tell my people all my messages. Don't you dare. Don't you dare miss this when they're going to be balling, spoiling, cleanse the wall. It's JimmyValiant.com. Matt probably gets there. Start early, brother, and stay late. Love you guys.
Well, I think TrashTalkingRadio.com is the thing that everybody should listen to once in a while because they're on every Tuesday on TrashTalkingRadio.com. Trash Talking, and you know, you haven't lived until you've been on TrashTalkingRadio.com.
Hi, wrestling fans. This is Mean Gene Okerlund reminding you that Tuesday night is the place to be for Trash Talking Radio, the greatest in wrestling, history, and the future.
Hello, this is Mick Foley telling you to listen in to Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday, 7 to 10, and tune in to TrashTalkingRadio.com. Have a nice day.
Trash Talking Radio Tuesday night. Tuesday. That's what they say. Tuesday night. Hello. There we go.
Oh,
Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right. Trash Talking. Yeah. That's that. That's the end of this.
I know. What did you do?
You're on the wrong one.
That's the one from today.
No. It doesn't play We're Still the One.
I know. I don't know what you did.
I didn't do anything except expect you to do what's right. And we're not even here. You're not even there.
Well, that's because I'm trying to find out what's wrong with the sound. Oh, I like the fireplace.
Yeah, well, it's...
and there's hot chocolate.
Yes. There's hot chocolate for two. I just need to know why I had to turn me up. It's really odd. And I don't see me... Oh, yeah, I guess I do see it over there. Okay. We're okay.
Do we have aliens in here?
Not that I know of. That's a skull.
Looks like an alien to me.
I killed a zombie and threw it in there.
Oh, Lord.
I like baked zombie. So, anyway.
You poor dog. You have to put up with him.
Yeah. All right, let's check the usual and make sure everything's running the way it's supposed to be running. Check me first. Oh, now see, this is the side. This is what I'm talking about. We might be able to do this as a live share. I want to see if that works.
There you go. Now hit share or whatever.
I don't see a share button.
What is under the picture? There's like, comment. What's that one?
Like, comment,
and
share.
There.
But let's see. Send in messenger. Copy link.
Share now. What's the very top?
More options. Hold on. Start a watch party.
There you go.
How does that work?
And then post.
Why not? Let's see what happens. Could be worse.
There you go.
We started a watch party. Now I got to figure out how it works. But yeah. Okay. Now I guess I got.
Now see what comes up is it says you started a watch party.
I hope this works because it may not work, and then we'll be.
Buddy's telling you how it works.
No, I never really thought he was very technical.
See
all right,
there.
Here we are. Now let's see. I don't know if the watch party is going to work or not, but if it does, that'll give us a whole new bunch of people that may not have normally listened.
Because I know I shared it onto your page too.
Well, I think I'm on my page now. Oh, I see something here. Okay, I guess this show... Oh, watch party. Oh, very cool. Hey, that's very cool. Now I can invite people if I want.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. Could invite that dead person I know. Well, that's very cool.
You know a lot of dead people.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out...
Yes, seen in it. Because I got the notification and
Yeah,
it
I
says
see
you
a
are
couple
hosting
people
a watch
joined
party.
in. Welcome to the watch party. If you want to call it that instead of just the radio show, maybe it'll make people listen because it sounds more, proper. So, anyway, welcome to the show, everybody, and we're going to see what we can do about making this show interesting again. Oh, here we go. Make the trash talking radio show
great again.
Yes, that's what I should say. That's my new platform that I'm going to run for president or whatever. Let's see, make sure this is where it should be. Pin this up here. Nope, it didn't pin. Why does it say trash talking radio again?
Because you can never spell it right.
I spelled it right. Oh man, I'm glad nobody knows this is available from there. And nobody's ever pointed it out.
Hey Mike, it's spelled wrong again.
Yeah, it is. It's been spelled wrong for about 3 years. And I just never realized it until recently, so I guess that's why we need to make it great again. All right, YouTube. I don't know if we're on YouTube or not. We're supposed to be on YouTube. Oh well, I don't care. YouTube has been a pain in my butt since day one. Anyway, welcome to the show. I gotta get back to this again so I can watch to see if anybody says anything.
Well, I'm watching it.
Okay, well.
But I don't see everybody,
the
friends that you have.
Well, I see 3 people that came in. Troy Mest is one.
And I'm one of them.
Troy Mest, Brian Prats, and Johnny Westkoff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get this thing going now that we have figured out part of the...
Can you believe it's the end of September already?
No.
Yeah, I know.
It's really slow at the beginning of the year when everything fell apart, and now everything's going too fast, I think. So I really am not ready for this new year yet. But, hey, you never know. It may turn out everything will be just fine.
As long as we don't go through this again.
Or I'd like to see this end.
Yes.
Stop the craziness. Anyway, hey Johnny, how you doing?
Hi, Neech.
Hey, where's Neech? I don't see Neech.
Well, it says I'm here, too.
Why didn't I see that? I don't have that.
Because I'm better than you.
Huh. Maybe he doesn't like me anymore.
That could be.
Okay, so, all right, tonight, let's get things rolling. Rolling. And we'll see what we have. Okay, we'll start out first.
Can't do the movies.
Danny DeVito. Not Danny DeVito. Tommy DeVito, founding member of the pop group Four Seasons, has died. And I can't really...
I wonder if he is related to Danny, though.
No, I doubt it. Well, I mean, I don't know. But anyway, he was 92.
Wow.
Danny DeVito, a son of New Jersey, who became the founding member and lead guitarist for Frankie Valli's beloved doo-wop quartet, the Four Seasons, has died. He was 92. So he died.
You're right, he wasn't related because somebody already Googled it.
Oh. Yeah, well, I kind of doubt it that he was. He's not short enough. I don't know. Although that can be deceiving. But, yeah, I'd like to do some of their music, but I get hammered every time I do a thing about, get to play the music of the stuff. So I could check to see, wonder,
Well, see, if you're talking about the Four Seasons, we got spring, summer, fall, and winter.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite...
Oh, okay.
What?
Well, I was just going to say, play a song about spring, summer, fall, and winter, and you'd be fine.
As long as it's an original.
Yeah.
Four Seasons. I wonder if they have any karaoke. I didn't even think of that. I should have thought of that. There it is. Let's see. Ragdoll. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Is that the Ragdoll?
She's I don't know.
Yeah, I think, okay. Oh, What a Night. I like that one.
Oh, yeah, that was a great song.
My Eyes Adored You. I know that one.
My eyes adored you. Yep.
Walk Like a Man.
I remember that. Walk like a man, talk like a man, and sing like a little girl.
Okay.
Big Girls Don't Cry.
Oh, yeah.
They did, what's it say? Dawn, Go Away. Oh, wait a minute. That song, I gotta hear a little bit of it. I'll probably get in trouble for that, too, because I get in trouble for everything, but let's see if that does it. No, thanks.
Never heard that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
so
I
loud.
have heard that
Why is
one.
that so loud, though? Oh, because I got my thing. Go away, I'm no good for you. Oh, don't stay with him, he'll be good to you. Hey, I could have been one. I don't know. I don't know well enough to sing it through, but yeah, okay, I know it now. Let's see.
Sherry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Nietzsche just
Sherry,
said
baby.
you haven't mentioned
Let's
Sherry,
see if we
which
can
was
do
the
that.
best.
I'll play with that. See if I can sing that one. Whew. That's a tough song. All right, we'll see if we can do this one. All right, here we go. Oh, helps if you play. All right, here we go. Here we go. Right on.
Yeah.
Going to the next one. Come on, you can do it. Oh, yeah, that was right. That's how it started. Sherry, Sherry, baby. I wonder if I could sing the lower part. Sherry, baby, Sherry. Oh, didn't they go Sherry? Sherry, baby. I don't think that's how it goes.
No.
Sherry. I can't do it. Come out tonight. I can't do it. I should have practiced it.
Practiced, yep.
Everybody can blame this on Nietzsche that I didn't get the practice because I worked on his video all day yesterday and the day before and a couple
No,
days
don't
before.
blame Nietzsche.
I'm
'cause
blaming.
You can't blame Nietzsche because you have poor time management.
Oh, it has nothing to do with that. It has a lot to do with I had a lot of technical issues I never had before. It was weird because I would stop
Time management.
No, it had to do with technical issues. That was the first time I ever made a video that I started out making a video, and like I would say I was talking. Let's say the video was going, and today is the last day of your, and then I stopped it there, and then I would start it up again, and it would do a totally different topic. And like, that's not what it's recorded. It's not recorded as that. And for some reason it would pop, I don't know why, but it popped around on my, first time I ever had that happen where it popped around on my video editor and it wouldn't let me do it the right way. So I had to split it up into segments before I could figure out how to make it do it right. It never have done that on any of the other ones before that. So it was really odd. All right. So anyway, I'm going to blame Nietzsche.
Nope, it's you.
It's it's user error.
That's it.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Operator error. Yep.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it does. Hey, Gary Wolf is here. And
Ooh,
what?
Working My Way Back to You was a good one.
Oh, was that them?
Yeah.
No, that was the Spinners.
Oh.
See, it says people who
Okay.
also. Yeah. So looks like we have none that. Oh, was that them too? What a Night.
No.
No, that was the Four Seasons. Yeah, the Four Seasons. Who are we talking about? That was the Four Seasons.
You can't even remember.
I forget who we're talking about now. Yeah, the Four Seasons. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, what a night.
Late December back in
I'm going to try it, and I
63.
probably shouldn't. Hey, look. I was.
Yeah, we don't
Why are you
need
interrupting me? I don't want to talk to you. Oh, this is a live. Oh, we'll get in trouble for this. I'm probably already in trouble for the drums. Oh, yeah, this song. I remember that. Oh, I guess we had to turn off the turn off the fireplace so people could see what I'm looking at. Let's see, what are we doing here?
Oh, what a night.
Yeah, oh, what a night.
Late December back
There
in
we go.
63.
I got to cut it off because I know I'm going to get in trouble because there's vocals on it. Anyway, yeah, that was that was. I think that was probably my favorite song of theirs because they had a lot of good songs though, but they lasted a long time and they took advantage of their fame in later life because they kept playing those songs. That's the advantage of being a guy with hits, because forever they'll follow you.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also the guy that plays really awful songs that'll follow you forever too. I should know. Oh, let's talk about that. Well, we'll talk about that after this is done.
Okay.
I have a few things I want to say that.
Uh-oh.
No, good things. This is good things.
Okay.
Anyway, so he died. He was 92. He was Tommy DeVito, and long rest in peace. I did have. Yeah, there's his Wikipedia. He had a lot of stuff. He died September 21st at 92 in Las Vegas. So, yeah, sad, but I mean, he had 92 years. He had a good life, I would imagine. So, he was making $20 to $25 a night. I know what that's like in an R&B band. Although nowadays you can make a little more than that, but in comparison to what the years that he spent, it says by 16 he was making 20 to 25 a night. That's, with a big band, that's pretty horrible. But I mean, but even for a small band, that's a pretty horrible thing too. Says he was close friends with Joe Pesci.
Oh.
And so that's kind of cool. But if I'm not mistaken, some of these guys' music was one of the people from this band was in The Sopranos, if I remember correctly. It probably wasn't him, but it was one of the members of this band. It might have been Frankie Valli, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm totally wrong on that. Anyway, just whenever I have these.
What was it?
Frankie Valli and the Sopranos. It was one. There were a couple musicians in there. One of them was Little Steven. He was a guitar player, but he also played a straight role in Sopranos. So it was kind of funny. And I want to say that Frankie Valli or one of those guys was in the Sopranos. So if anybody knows that, just type it in there and we'll see. So, I don't see, I wonder if it's because
Nietzsche said Frankie Valli he was Rusty. He was in season 5 and 6.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was Frankie Valli then. Okay, that was an awesome show. I mean, it was violent, but it was really an awesome show. But I love that. So, anyway, Tommy DeVito. Wish I could have sang one of your songs, but I wasn't ready. All right, the other person who died, for anybody that knows this show, knows that we started as a wrestling show. So it's kind of one of those things that I'm saddened that this guy passed away, and here he is.
All right, hey, this is the Animal, one half of the world famous tag team, the Road Warriors, Legion of Doom. If you know what's good for you, you'll listen to Trash Talking Radio, or else.
So he stopped listening, and he died.
Mm-hmm.
Speak up. Speak.
Yeah.
I don't hear you.
Okay, well, that's because you have your headphones on.
Speak again.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we're getting it. Okay. Well, I should be able to hear you though, and I'm not hearing you.
Hey, we have listeners in Mechanicsburg.
Yay! Who is it?
Ashley and CJ.
I thought you said listeners.
She says CJ and I are listening.
Well, relatives aren't listeners.
Oh, okay.
Well, not that they're not.
Well, they're not your relatives.
They're not my relatives. So that means they are listeners. They're
For
not
you.
listeners for you. Anyway, I have a big tribute we'll be doing next week to Animal that I'm working on. I didn't really want to go too much into it, but he was 60 years old, and that to me is way, way too young. But you know, another one, here we go again, guys that were built better than me and took better care of themselves. Look at them. They're dead already. Mm-hmm. You know, my brother used to always beat me up and say, "You're going to die young." Guess what? He
Only
died.
the good die young.
No, that's not true. My brother is not good. He died, 8 years ago? And then what we have, my dad died at 50. So all these people die around me. I'm still here. I'm still standing.
I'm still standing.
I'll be sad when he dies. I really like a lot of his songs.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm really sad that he's not with us anymore. He was definitely, oh boy, talk about a guy that paved the way for other people. They redefined tag team wrestling. I don't necessarily agree that they were. I know someone that thinks that they were the best tag team ever. I disagree with that. But they were I would say, in my time, Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson are probably one of the best tag teams ever. And anything with Terry Gordy in it was one of the best, because he was just that awesome. But they truly redefined tag team wrestling. A lot of people don't know this, but when they got in the wrestling ring initially, they weren't trained right, and they went in and hurt a lot of people in their early times. And so I was not a real big fan of them I loved their gimmick, but the fan of what?
Nietzsche, you can disagree, but you're wrong.
But that shows the difference between someone that likes wrestling and someone who likes sports entertainment. Because if you're talking about pure wrestling, they are not pure wrestlers. And if you're talking about draw, yeah, I can't say that they are the Hulk Hogan of tag team wrestling. Yes, I agree with that. But Hulk Hogan isn't a great wrestler either. He's a great entertainer, but he's not a great wrestler. So if you talk about great wrestlers, you're going to have to say, okay, maybe they're not. But, you know, and plus the fact that they couldn't get over his faces proves they weren't great wrestlers. They were great entertainers, but they weren't great wrestlers. Because a great wrestler would be able to get over as a heel or a face.
Well, Nietzsche even just said it's all about making money, Mike, and that's what makes a great worker.
No, that's not what makes a great worker. A great worker can put. You have to put the audience in your hands, whether you're a good guy or a bad guy or a jobber or whatever. You
know all about that, don't you?
Oh, trust me. But, you know, the bottom line is, I'm not going to argue with their success. They were successful. They were successful wherever they went. And if Hawk hadn't been an abuser of alcohol and drugs, he would still be around probably today. So, but he isn't. And that's a shame, because that's when everything fell down, because, you know, Animal and Hawk, when they stopped communicating, everything really did fall apart for both of them, and their draws and everything. They could have been forever they could have been themselves, but a lot of guys were afraid to go against them because they weren't trained properly in the beginning. Because basically, the way it worked was Animal and Hawk, when they didn't know each other either. They just Animal was a bouncer at a local bar, and a guy came in and said, "You'd be a good wrestler. You ought to join wrestling."
If you think about it, bouncers would be, because they've got all that muscle.
But that doesn't matter when it comes to wrestling. You need to know how to work. And in the beginning, they were not a great. They were definitely not a good wrestling team in the beginning. They were. Your eyes would pop open when these guys would come out. And so in the beginning, when I first saw them, they didn't have the spikes and stuff. They had. First time I ever saw, the first guy I saw was Animal.
Okay.
And that's before he was the Road Warrior. He was, well, no, wait, he might have been the Road Warrior then. He came out and he had a pair of biker leathers on, and he came out like a biker, and he came out and he picked up this guy named Mike Jackson, and pressed him over his head. Now Mike Jackson was lucky if he was under 50 pounds, drenched. And he just picked the guy up and he threw him outside the ring. I was like, oh, he threw the guy outside the ring. I mean, I've never seen anybody do that before like that. Never. And I was in shock. And then he disappeared for a couple of weeks. Then a couple of weeks later, he came back with Hawk. And for some reason, whatever that reason was, he came back and everything was then a tag team thing. But in the beginning, he did not look at all like what we're used to seeing. So, I really appreciated him. When I met him the one time I think it was in Shillington, for a benefit, our band played that night. I think.
Okay.
Or was that the second one that he played? That he was there. I don't know. Regardless, he was a bit of a jerk. I think it was the first time with Jimmy Valiant. He was there with Jimmy Valiant, but he was a bit of a jerk. He didn't want to really do anything. I mean, he was there to sign autographs, and he wasn't there to wrestle or anything. But he didn't treat, and it could be because he was just tired from the road, or I don't know. But I don't want to base my whole opinion on that.
He might just have been having an off day.
Yeah, I don't know. But Wikipedia has he was born September 12th, 1960, so he just made just had his birthday. And born in Philadelphia. I didn't know that. Oh, he was a Philadelphia guy.
Born in Philadelphia, yeah.
Born and raised.
Yeah, that's it. He could be the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I don't know what that means, but he grew up in Minnesota, having to work from an early age. He attended Irondale High School. That makes sense. Irondale High School, That's an iron. Let's see here. Precious Paul Ellering was really a good piece of that, too. I remember watching Precious Paul Ellering when he was a wrestler. And then he became their manager. And that was in GCW, Georgia Championship Wrestling. And I won't get into a lot of stuff that Nietzsche's going to get into, but next week it'll be a really, really, it'll really be a good listen. So I want to finish the video though, and I don't want to just play the video or just play the audio. But he did a nice job. In fact, I wish that he was local because he would be a good addition to our show. So I'm not going to go into all this stuff because we're going to go into it next week. So
Tell Nietzsche he needs a summer home or a winter home that's close to us, and
he needs a transporter. Get him here. So anyway, I'm gonna let that go for. But everybody was posting, things about him. He died with heart and kidney issues.
Wow.
So he was only 60, though.
Was he diabetic?
I think it would be from taking steroids.
Oh,
that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know that, and I don't know that he took steroids, but I'd be willing to bet he did. Kidney and, I really think that chances are he did. So, because that really will shorten your life a lot. And it'll also make your bones dense, and then you have a situation like Sid Vicious where he jumps off the top rope and breaks his foot almost off. Oh, man. Anyway, there's a lot of things, and I don't want, again, a lot of things I don't want to go into because of Nietzsche already doing that, and we'll talk about them next week. But Bret Hart posted a tribute to Road Warrior Animal, and he just died too young. It really makes me sad. There were tributes from all kinds of wrestlers that were all influenced by him. I mean, I would tell you that they were definitely influential. There are a lot of young kids that I see on the circuit that dress up in gear like that too and try to be them. You're never going to be them because they were very unique in what they did. So it's just really sad. But, Tommy Dreamer, Hulk Hogan, Jim Ross.
Wow.
Impact Wrestling as a whole. I don't know who he is. Ric Flair, Hurricane Helms, All Elite Wrestling, Jerry Lawler, Enzo, Frankie Kazarian. Frankie Kazarian, this is really kind of funny because this is Christopher Daniels and that's Frankie Kazarian.
Wow.
They made their own little thing. And, Natty Neidhart, Bully Ray from the Dudleys, Taz, they were all influenced. Everybody that's in the business was influenced somehow by them, and so.
Hi, Tamara.
That's just the way that it is. Everybody's got to die, I guess, but it just seems that 60 is just too darn short.
Yeah, especially when people are close to that age.
I don't know anything about that. I got a few years before I have to worry about that.
I have even more, so we're good.
That's what I say. That's what I hear. Anyway, so I didn't want to say nothing or nothing about him, but the tribute will be next week, and we'll also do it
10 bell.
So we'll definitely pay more tribute to him next week, unless someone else bigger dies.
I hope not.
I'm tired of that. Anyway, all right, let's move on.
But wasn't it at the beginning of this year where it seemed like every week we had a lot of people dying, like a lot of...
It seemed like we had
a big run.
And then it stopped a little, and then, Kamala started it again. So, anyway, all right, I'm going to start going into the news. This is a funny one, but I want to definitely talk about it. Trump paid $70,000 to style his hair while he was on The Apprentice and wrote it off as a business expense.
There you go.
I don't have $70,000 to freaking do that for my hair. I will tell you, I spent a little bit of money on my hair.
Did he super glue it? So all he had to do was...
I have no idea because he claims that it's all his hair. So I don't know. I don't know. When I think about that, I think $70,000. I mean, I guess it's not, when you're talking about that being show business, that may not be that bad. But let's talk about what I did Sunday, though.
Yeah.
Sunday was the second shoot of our pilot. I'm in a pilot that is a show called Agency.
Yes.
And
it didn't take you as long to learn your lines this time.
I had no problem with my lines this time. Well, I didn't have any major problems with last time, except that we did it so many times I started, getting confused.
Yep, just fits the character perfectly.
Yeah, well, believe me, my TV wife really was impressed with my car.
Definitely.
With my real-life car.
I think everybody was impressed with your real-life car.
Yeah. One of these days, maybe I'll wash it before I bring it down, but...
Yeah.
I would have, but anyway, it was a fun time. All I had to do was walk down a sidewalk and go the wrong way and then come back and
hug your son and
hug my TV son. And it was fun. It was 2 hours to drive so that I could spend 15 minutes or so, maybe a half hour, doing the scene and then on my way home. So it wasn't too bad, but it is what it is. The first time it took probably 4 hours, 5 hours.
It was a while the first time.
But they're going to reshoot the whole scene.
Because now that...
Because I gave them lights that they can use.
Well, not only that, you'll have all the regular people.
That too. And I got to meet the bad guy. So I used to be in the
my
bad
replacement.
guy.
I was the replacement for... Well, never mind.
Yeah, but I'm used to being the bad guy, and now I've got to be the good guy. It's fun.
Oh, yeah. And, we even went down a little early, too, so that you could charge before we come home. I'm glad we did that.
And I want to do that again, but next time we'll
leave a little
bit earlier.
Yeah.
Although we made it on time, we made it a little bit too close for comfort. I like to be early, not right on time or not 2 minutes late like I was. So, but it was.
Oh, well, I said blame it on the red lights because those red lights took forever.
Yeah. Well, I don't really like being in that part of town because there's too many cars.
Yeah, but you saw that cool motorcycle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was fun, though. Anyway.
I thought for sure you were going to ask her for a ride.
No. It's kind of funny. Yeah, well, anyway, this came up because they finally got his taxes. And we found out. Now, first off, you know about what you pay for taxes, right?
Yeah.
Now, how much do you think he is going to pay for taxes?
I wouldn't want to know.
You're going to know.
Oh.
The Times found out that Trump avoided paying federal income taxes for 10 of the last 15 years and paid just $750 in taxes in 2016 and 2017.
Wow.
That's, well, I mean, he isn't he's smart. He's not taking the presidential income.
Okay.
So that's how he probably got down to the $750 because they can't tax him on his businesses. I mean,
either that or he has a hell of a lot of deductions.
Oh, he definitely has deductions.
I mean, if he wrote off his hair, gee whiz.
It says here the tax return data also showed that Trump's businesses reported major losses and he avoided paying income taxes largely because he reported losing much more money than he made.
Well, COVID hit him too. I mean, think about it.
That wasn't in 2015 or 2016 and 17. But anyway, yeah, just kind of a little interesting thing about the hair. $70,000 on hair. Just
it better be made of gold for that price.
Yeah. WWE confirmed 3 wrestlers were not cleared to compete at the Clash of Champions.
Wow.
COVID, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. Let me see here. I don't think they told us why.
Yes, I was going to say it was
Shayna Baszler, Nikki Cross, my girlfriend, and Nia Jax. We're not. I found a new girlfriend. I like.
Just another one to add to the list.
Nikki Cross. There's something about her. Although her British accent drives me crazy after a while. So I don't know. Oh yeah, here it is. There was concern about a COVID-19 among some of the major main roster stars, and I don't know. They didn't announce whether or not that was the case, but. Yeah, that happens, unfortunately. So they ended up not wrestling.
So do they get paid even though they weren't there?
Not.
Do they get like some kind of compensation?
I don't think so because it was a pay-per-view.
Oh, okay.
They get paid part of the gate on the pay-per-views. So I don't know. I might be wrong, so don't take my word for it. I don't have a clue. But yeah, it's possible. Let me go back here and put a post in here so that people can read it. Oops. Wait, don't post. You can't post that. I didn't post anything. There we go. There we go. I don't know. But that's a big deal when you are, when you make a lot of your money off the pay-per-view and you can't be on it. So then they have to scramble around and figure out. That would
suck.
Yeah, then they have to scramble around, figure out who's going to be a replacement. This is really interesting. People that don't think that athletes are really tough, they don't know Joe Montana. It's Joe Montana had a situation where he was confronting an intruder who was allegedly kidnapping his grandchild.
Wow.
I'm telling you. I wouldn't mess with Joe Montana. I don't care if he's 80 years old. I wouldn't mess with him.
But, as a grandparent, I can see him doing that.
Well, I mean, he's tough. Yeah, I want Bradshaw, remind me.
Okay.
Remind me. Don't let me go any further than this.
Okay.
Till that.
Okay.
Joe Montana isn't a hero. Isn't just on the football field. Now, he's not as old as I thought he was. Okay. It appears he's a hero off the field as well. He is now 64. He confronted a woman who allegedly broke into the home where he and his wife were staying and tried to kidnap his young grandchild. Oh, man, I just can't imagine. According to TMZ, the woman allegedly spotted someone inside holding the baby, broke into the house, and took the child from their arms. The intruder then reportedly moved to another part of the home with the baby. Montana and his wife, Jennifer, allegedly found the intruder and confronted her and wrestled the baby out of the intruder's arms. She then fled the home. Could you imagine coming home to something like that and thinking, oh, wow, I don't know what I'm going to do. Someone's got my baby or my grandchild in, and, you know.
You just automatically react, believe me.
I guess so. I don't know.
It's something about being a grandparent. It's like, wait a minute, that's my flesh and blood.
And it says, in a stroke of good fortune, Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies happened to be nearby handling an unrelated matter. And TMZ reported that someone inside the house got their attention, and the deputies pursued and captured the kidnapper and was arrested on burglary and kidnapping charges. I just can't even imagine that whole situation. That to me is, I mean, that's some.
But just think of how this kidnapper felt. You know, she could say, "Oh, I got tackled by Joe Montana."
That's some Liam Neeson stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So let's talk about Bradshaw. So have you seen any of them yet?
No.
Okay. There's a new show on E, and it's called
The Bradshaw Story.
The Bradshaw Bunch.
Okay.
And it follows Terry Bradshaw's family.
Oh my God.
And I'm telling you right now, I don't know if it's written or is just or if it's scripted, or I'm sure it's scripted to a certain amount, but I'm telling you, they have me in stitches. This is such a stupid show. I am rolling from this show. E Online, Bradshaw Bunch, check it out. The last one, he had two of his daughters competing in a monster truck competition, and they got this one granddaughter that is a riot. He's like saying, you know, I'm a legend. And then she'll say, you're no, what's his name? Well, what's the guy's name? He played for the
Tom
Patriots.
Brady?
Yeah, you're no Tom Brady. Just, I mean, it's so well done. And she's a spitfire. She just had me rolling at some of the things she said.
But remember, there was a show that we were watching that had William Shatner, Terry Bradshaw.
Oh, yeah.
And that was hilarious,
but it's
too.
tons funnier than that. I'm telling you, this is the funniest show
I'll have to go back and watch
in a while. It actually is well written, and I just really think he's hilarious, and his family is funny. It's really good. It's on the E Network. So if you get a chance, here's some. Oh wow, here we go. Let me see if I can see that girl. If there's a scene where she actually says something, because I love that girl. She's just so fun. I mean, she's only a little
right
punk kid, but I mean, I love it when she says something funny about him, and he takes it in good nature. He's just, you know, it's just hilarious. Let's see. I'm trying to see.
I'm trying to set my DVR.
Here's I don't know what this is. I didn't review any of these clips ahead of time. This is where he found out that his daughter had a boob job. He didn't know it. Let's see if this plays. If it plays, it'll be good.
Hey, look, I found out that Erin had a boob job.
No.
Serious? Look at me and don't smile. Did she tell you?
No.
His daughters apparently can't lie.
Hi, how's it going?
So there's his daughter that had the boob job.
Did you bring your suit?
No. Why not?
You didn't get the message?
Now he knows, but she knows that he knows, but he doesn't know that she knows.
That's this evening.
I think this pool party is ridiculous. Just bring him aside, tell him you got your tits done. It'll be a great day.
That was the theme of that show, was that she had a boob job.
Okay, I found it where I can watch it on my DVR.
Yeah.
So
it really is worth it. It's actually, I mean, it's really bad TV, but it's so bad it's good. So last week, remember we talked about that Trump was coming to town?
Yes.
Well, the same day, guess who else came to town?
Santa Claus.
Yeah, well, Joe Biden, same thing. He came to town at the same day.
Really?
Yes, he did.
He had to steal Trump's thunder.
He tried to. I just think it was really kind of funny that he chose to come that particular day, but there might be something to worry about there with him. Biden held a drive-up merchandise pickup at the Voter Activation Center on Saturday, and it says here he's been up to Pennsylvania in recent weeks. It says he says that he has been at 48% of the poll, and that Trump is 42%. But I remember when
it'll change.
Do you remember when the last presidential election happened, and somebody named Hillary said that she was ahead in the polls too?
Yeah.
Doesn't really mean a whole lot because the polls don't really take into account everything. So anyway, at the rally, let's see if this came up right. Let me see. Let's see if it comes up. Oh, it does. Good. So we talked about, of course, we've got this. Oh, here it is. Okay, good. Trump rally in Middletown, PA, which we knew, nominated Amy Coney Barrett as the Ginsburg replacement.
Oh, okay.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So, well, you got to have three. You have to have three names.
Yeah.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Amy Coney Barrett.
Okay.
So you got to have three names. Anyway, it says in front of his largest campaign crowd in Pennsylvania since COVID-19 started, Trump told an adoring crowd of thousands he would win the battleground state by a lot more than he did 4 years ago. I don't know. Only a couple weeks they're away before we'll find out. Rain didn't dampen the spirits of the president's supporters. Actually, they're, I think, having a debate tonight.
Yeah, they are.
And I'll probably watch it. I probably have it recorded automatically.
I think it's at, what, 9?
I don't know.
It's either 8 or 9.
But now, according to this Fox poll, Biden's ahead by 7 points, and Franklin and Marshall College shows that Biden is ahead by 6 points. But hey, you can say anything you want. When it actually comes down to the people, they are going to choose whoever they want.
Yep, and probably a lot of people have not made their decision yet.
Well, I think I think most people know if they're going to go one way or the other. Because either you hate Trump and hate Biden, and you have to decide which one you hate less. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people, that's the decision, is that they're going to have to decide which one they hate less.
When is that the November 5th?
I think November, probably 5th.
Okay.
Is that a Tuesday?
Probably.
Because after all, everything happens on a Tuesday. I never really figured that out.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, hey, more power to them.
It would be November 3rd because November 5th is a Thursday.
Well, maybe it is the Thursday. I don't know.
I know it's not the 11th.
I'm voting by mail, so it don't matter. I gotta get my vote in, actually. I haven't decided what. Well, I have decided who, but it is. It's who's the lesser
of two evils.
Lesser of two evils. So I like Trump for an entertainment value. I don't like Biden at all.
Okay.
So I have but the thing is, you don't vote on someone by entertainment value. But I don't like Biden at all. He scares me. He just really scares me a lot. But the only thing that scares me about Trump is that he is predictable to me. But he really accomplished a lot in the time that he's been in.
Yeah, see, I didn't think I'd like Trump, but actually I can respect him. I understand he's, why he's doing what he's doing.
Right. And I think that when it comes down to the COVID thing, that's a state thing. That's not a government. That's not a federal government thing. That's a state thing. So I can't blame him totally on that. All right.
But I can tell you this much. No matter who we have for president, their name's going to have 5 letters in it.
All right. Now we'll talk about something that I really care about.
Tesla! Oh, not yet. That's the end.
Impractical
Jokers. Yeah, I know.
Star James Murray marries Melissa Davies. See the stunning photo. And you know...
So that makes 2 of them that are married now.
More power to them. I mean, she's hot.
They got married in Pennsylvania.
Well,
in Bucks County.
Maybe they didn't have enough money to go somewhere else.
No, that wasn't the reason. Did you read the article?
No.
I did.
Well, tell me.
They got married in Bucks County. They were planning 4 weddings at the same time.
Oh.
Because they didn't know how COVID was going to affect them. But what they ended up doing was they had their wedding at a bed and breakfast type thing where everybody could, like all their family and friends could stay right there instead of being at a hotel.
I think my invitation got lost.
Joe Gatto was best man, but he also officiated the wedding. Sal and Q were there, of course.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was pretty cool.
Well, I don't know what happened, but it looks like I'm not going to make it onto their misery index because they never called me back.
Well, you'll just have to talk to Johnny Ova.
Well, that wouldn't get me on the show. I really wanted to get on the show. I really thought I would get on the show because they were supposed to do a video interview. And I never heard back from them, so I'm assuming...
So now when we watch The Jokers, we'll have to remember that 2 of them are married.
I don't have to remember that.
No,
I don't care.
I wonder if that will affect Murr's punishments and stuff, because remember, Joe won't do much...
That's true.
...because of his wife.
Maybe the vows were to have and to hold, and then accept when I'm doing Impractical Jokers.
Like no hitting on the girls,
That would suck.
Or watch what they have to say.
That really sucks for Joe because he really is dedicated to his wife.
Yeah, Joe would. I mean, Joe's the type. He's not afraid to say anything, but if it would offend his wife, he won't do it.
Do you know that Joe's dogs have a Instagram?
Oh, brother.
Yeah, or maybe it's a Pinterest. No, I think it's Instagram. Yeah, I think it's called Gatto Pups.
Oh wow!
This is Instagram. So when we saw the last Avengers movie,
okay,
do you remember what happened to? First off, do you know what happened? You remember what happened to Iron Man?
He died.
Do you know what happened to Captain America?
He died.
No, he didn't.
Oh,
he didn't die. He went back in time and made a choice that changed history.
Okay.
So that what's his name stayed dead. What's the Thanos?
Okay.
And he came back an old man because he wanted to be with his love.
Okay.
Do you remember that? Where he came back as an
barely
old man? Came back as an old man, and he made it. He made.
That was too many months ago.
Well, anyway,
should I say too many movies?
Well, here's the deal. He wants to return to the MCU in the most meta way. He's only 39. It says here, the global superstar, thanks to his return as Captain America in the cinematic universe, the 39-year-old man has been quite the history playing roles in comic book movies. I didn't know this. Did you know he was another member of he was another superhero?
No.
He was one of the... Evans played the Human Torch in Tim Story's 2 Fantastic Four movies. I didn't know that. I saw the one Fantastic Four movie, but I didn't see any of the others. But I didn't know he was actually...
Wow.
And it says here, because of this, Evans has an incredibly metadata idea for Fantastic Four reboot in the MCU.
Okay, so if he comes back as the Human Torch, does that mean he'll always have a temperature?
He might be a hothead.
Oh, okay.
Says here, Avengers Endgame was thought to be the last Evans appearance as Steve Rogers' version of Captain America. He literally handed the shield off to Sam Wilson, which, if you remember, he did do that, after traveling back in time and choosing to grow old with Peggy Carter. However, there is a possibility he could make an appearance in the upcoming Black Widow movie.
Ooh.
She's dead, remember?
Yeah.
He could make an appearance in that, and it wouldn't be out of character. He would still be the old man in current times.
It would be like a thought back scene. Or a dream sequence.
It's a prequel.
Oh, wow.
So there is a chance of him doing that. So because of the time jump, he will still be in action, and it's assumed that Steve and Natasha met up at some point during that time. The chances are Evans having a significant amount of screen time in Black Widow is small, but possibility of cameo can't be counted on. It can't be guaranteed, but there are also rumors that Iron Man could end up in it. So
that'd be cool.
Yeah. And it says here there's going to be another Fantastic Four try. Apparently they didn't do well in the box office. So I would see them. That would get me back into watching movies for Marvel.
Yeah, but would that cause you to go to the theater, or would you wait?
I don't know. Depends when it comes out. I would say because it's probably not going to come out in the not real short time, I might go to see it in the theater, but I just don't feel that comfortable with it.
I don't blame you. I really don't.
I want to go back. Don't get me wrong. I really love.
I've seen too many people, even in like grocery stores and stuff like that just are not.
They don't comply.
No, and I can tell you, it scares me too.
Yeah.
That's why if I have to go to the store, I go in, get what I need, and out. Yeah. I don't wait around or
I try to
look at anything unnecessary. I just...
I'm really like that too. I just don't want to be one of the people that... I mean, because, face it, we've seen people that we know die now.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I haven't had a lot of people, but I'll take the one into account. And I know they falsify the reports, and I know I'll talk about that a little bit later because it's on my agenda. Anyway, Christian Bale. Now you know who he is, right? He played Batman, right?
Yes.
Okay, I think he played Batman. Christian Bale is willing to play a cameo in the Flash movie.
Oh, wow.
Now, it's not the cameo I think that you were thinking. It might be not. But he'll do it on one condition. Do you have any idea what it is? You don't. I know you don't, but just say I don't.
I don't.
Unless you have a smart aleck answer, then just say smart aleck answer. He'll play the cameo in the Flash on one condition, and that is that Christopher Nolan, who is the writer of his Batman, approves of it.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was cool. I mean, that shows the whole thing, that the respect thing of his art and Christopher Nolan's vision. And, I would be interested in seeing that happen. So it says based on how the cast is coming together, Barry Allen might be the least important part of his own movie because he's the Flash.
Right.
And it says here, the only headlines surrounding the star Ezra Miller that have been those of a negative variety. Says here that the internet has sent into raptures twice by the news that both Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck will be suiting up as Batman. Each of them said to have substantial supporting roles, meaning that the Scarlet Speedster could find himself shun it into the background while that was going on. Now, keep in mind that even though he was Batman, he may show up as something totally different.
Right.
Same with Michael Keaton, he was Batman, but he was also a bad guy too in one of the other movies. I can't remember the Spider-Man movie. Maybe
could be.
He was a bad guy in I believe in one of the. I want to say Spider-Man, but I might be wrong about that. So you never know. And Ben Affleck, who knows what he's going to do?
I mean, he could be doing what Stan Lee does, and as long as he's in there, it doesn't matter what he does.
I think they want something more than that, just to be
maybe something relatable that people are going to recognize.
You never know. It's hard to say. Along with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness 2022, it's certainly shaping up to be the year of alternate realities, and It says here you can guarantee both Marvel and DC will be keeping their ears to the ground to see what each one does and what they can do. But we have that new Batman too. I have a story on him too. It says here we've heard that Christian Bale was a backup option for Warner Brothers if Keaton opted against returning. But now we've heard from our sources that Ben Affleck will be reprising his role as Batman a month or so before it was confirmed. Now, the star of the Batman The Dark Knight trilogy could still be involved in the film. It's confusing.
Yeah.
But the idea that I guess the whole point is that I want to say that Christian Bale is a stand-up guy. And, watching the presidential debate, James Ellsworth.
Oh, then it must have started at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, James Ellsworth.
Cool.
Said that. Never thought of him as a political guy. I thought of having him on the show, too. Just because I think reminiscing on that one match that we did together. I only worked with him one time, I think. Or only one time in prominence. I may have worked with him a couple other times as a manager, with him being a face and me being a heel.
Yeah.
But only one time where we face to face.
Yeah, it's hard because I can remember the toilet seat with him and Pretty Ugly.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm really looking forward to this Batman movie to see where it goes, and I want to. I've supported all the Batman movies, but anyway, so Robert Pattinson is the new Batman, and his biggest fear is he doesn't want to screw up the Batman thing, but he likes the idea that he could mess up the Batman.
Okay, what has he been in? What qualifies him to be Batman?
I have no idea. You'd have to put in his stuff. I have no idea who he is. But they're rebooting the show. They're rebooting the movie again, so I don't know. The Batman star, Robert Pattinson, is known for that. Is revealed that he's enjoying the pressure that it comes with. If someone said to me, "I'd like to hire you to be Batman,"
okay,
I'd say, "No way."
Why?
I wouldn't want to screw up the Batman. Could you imagine? I mean,
Okay, I'm looking at these pictures and.
Well, look at his IMDb or look at his Wikipedia. See if he. I'm sure he's done some things because they're not going to throw it into a new guy's repertoire, I would imagine. I'm fairly sure they are going to put it in somebody's capable hands, but I never looked at it to see.
He looks dark.
Oh, he was in Harry Potter jump.
Oh, but that's why.
He's got to be relatively young then.
34.
Oh, that's older than I thought he would be. Well, they can get some mileage out of him because, all the Batmen are now in their 50s almost or higher. Anyway, it says here, Pattinson even admitted that he enjoyed the idea that he could mess it up too. And he was in Twilight.
Yeah, well, see, I never watched it.
Yeah, I never did either. I knew there was something that he did. It says, I weirdly enjoyed it during Twilight, the idea that you could mess it up. I guess I felt confident. I want it to be on the big stage. So he's a little bit younger than I thought he would be. So anyway, the release date is October 1st, 2021 for Batman. I'm looking forward to the Batman. I just like the idea of the Batman, the Superman, all that stuff because I grew up watching them. I grew up reading their comic books. From Batman to who else? Can you guess? Do you know? Do you know who I'm going to talk about? He's a superhero too. We've talked about him just about every week because I like the guy a lot.
Who?
Ryan Reynolds.
He
did this ad for Homeschool Gin, and nails everything that homeschoolers are doing. He did this. He's just a joker. He just did things. There is a homeschool Gin, but I think he did this just to be funny because that's the kind of guy he is. And it's really, actually, let's see if do I have it? I'm trying to see if I have it or not. Here it is. There it is. I'm probably going to get in trouble for playing this, but I got to play it.
It's back to school time, which this year has a whole new meaning. That's why today, I'm introducing Aviation American Gin Homeschool Edition. It's just like the classic, delicious aviation gin that you love, but with more ounces. It can help with a variety of subjects, 4th grade geography, whatever the new math is, and revisiting your own long-forgotten middle school traumas.
I just think it's hilarious. I mean, he doesn't need to do any of this stuff. But I think he does it just because he's funny. He's a funny guy. So I just thought it was funny. I did this already. Why do I keep doing this? That's why I always do Twitter first, because it'll tell me whether or not I posted it already. Homeschool gin is, I think I would take it. I don't even drink, and I would do it.
Why didn't they have homeschooling when we were growing up?
They did, I think.
They did?
Well, yeah, but it wasn't computerized, and it wasn't the internet. You had to your parents had to actually be smart enough to do it.
Oh.
Your parents don't have to be smart enough to do it now. You just have to do what they tell you to do. But no, there was homeschooling when I was a kid.
See, I know there's
always been homeschooling.
I know there was Christian schooling, but I don't know about homeschooling.
Yes, there was homeschooling. Because I wanted homeschooling so bad, because I hated going to school because I didn't get along with anybody.
Right.
Why is it I don't have anything? Nobody's talking to me. There's something wrong. Why don't I show anything?
Why does yours say comments?
I don't know.
Can you close that?
I don't know. Oh, it's because it's the watch party. Well, why is it that my watch party people can't talk to me? I'm seeing a lot of people came in. Eric Williams came in. Jerry Simpson, who I'll tell that. I forgot to tell that story. Yeah, it's a good story. Let's see here. I'll do that after the Ryan Reynolds thing. Okay, so that's Ryan Reynolds 1. There was something that I saw this 10. Not you
him again?
Oh, I guess so. He just. But before you go, bye.
We all know Ryan Reynolds is known for making marketing magic happen in Hollywood. Heck, he just brought back Rick Moranis.
Now, this is what inspired me to do this. This is Ryan Reynolds' roles you forgot about. That's not what I want to talk about.
Okay.
Okay? The reason that it's not the one I want to talk about, I want to talk about his worst movie I'd ever seen.
Your puppy.
I think. Let me see if I can find it. No. Where is it? Oh, what's this? Oh, yeah, right. Oh, maybe I should play this. The worst. I wonder if they play. I'll get in trouble for this. I know I will. I know they're going to zap me for it.
You do it anyway.
I know. I guess I'll do it anyway. Well, how long is this video? 10 minutes. I don't want to play 10 minutes of him. I don't think he deserves 10 minutes of my show unless he wants to come on the show. Then I'll give him all the time he wants. I'll give him New Jack time.
Oh, jeez.
Where all the time he wants. No, I was thinking about Ryan Reynolds' different movies he's been in.
Okay.
So, nope, that's the gin one. Where did I put that? Where did I put? Maybe I didn't save it. Anyway, so I watched a Ryan Reynolds movie that was so awful.
Okay.
It was so bad. It was him as a psychotic, where he talked to his dog.
Oh, geez.
And his dog would tell him to be good, and his cat would tell him to kill people. I think it was called. He was wearing pink in this. He was. Where's his? Where's his? I'll know the name of it when I see it. Scroll down there to the movies. Is that movies? That's film. Yeah, that's it. It was called.
What year?
I don't know. The Voices.
Okay.
I think that was it. That's it. That was such a horrible movie. And it was 2014. It was after he had good movies and bad movies. There was no excuse for that movie. Read what it's about.
It's a 2014 American-German black comedy horror film directed by Marjane Satrapi, written by Michael R. Perry, and starring Ryan Reynolds, Gemma Arterton, Anna Kendrick, and Jackie Weaver.
It had all good people in it. It should have been a good movie. It was not a good movie. This was a horrible movie, but I couldn't turn it off because I had to see. Okay, so the cat would talk him into killing people, and he would kill the people, cut their heads off, and put it in his refrigerator.
Oh!
And then whenever he had someone over, he had to make sure that nobody would go to the refrigerator. It was horribly bad. And I, it just shows that everybody makes good movies and bad movies. That's why I thought of that. Because it was Nietzsche's fault, because he's... Oh, yeah, that's...
You can't blame Nietzsche for everything.
I'm gonna. Well, you're going to find out why in a few seconds.
You're not allowed to blame Nietzsche for everything. I said so.
All right, fine. I'll play it, and then you'll see what I'm talking about.
You know I don't watch those kind of movies.
You'll see why I'm saying this. This is when you watch this, you're gonna see why I said what I said. Ouch! I'm glad no one can see what I'm doing.
Oh, please!
I just.
I know your belt buckle.
No. I should.
Michael.
Okay. Anyway, this is the Nietzsche thing for this week. It's a very good review, and there's a lot of pop-up, like what was that pop-up video?
Oh.
Like pop-up on MTV. Yeah. Did they have pop-up video? Yeah. This is a pop-up video moment. So I'm going to go away waiting for this to play. You don't need to see my ugly face. It's a good video, though.
Hey guys, it's Nate. How you doing? So I was watching the Emmys this past Sunday night. Obviously, it was a big night for her, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right. If I'm not, I apologize. The show Schitt's Creek. I haven't watched it. I probably should, considering it took home basically every award. But it got me thinking, about Eugene Levy, who won Best Actor. He got the lead actor, and it led me to this because think about Eugene Levy's career. Maybe Mike remembers him. I don't ever remember this guy in anything until American Pie, the American Pie series came out, the movies that they did. He really got popular in that first American Pie movie because he was so funny with, I don't want to ruin it for you if you haven't seen it. It's 20 years old now, the movie, but there could be some of you who haven't seen it. But there were just some tremendous moments in that movie where he was really hysterical. There were a couple movies I remember him in, like I got to think about them, but I do remember him in a couple movies where he had small bit parts, but he was never really anybody that, I consider a famous actor or a great actor. But the point I make here is, here's the guy who, once he started doing those American Pie series, his career kind of took off. So you think about it, his career took off very late in life. He was probably in his 50s when those American Pie movies came out, maybe late 40s, but I would say close to early 50s. The ironic thing is, he is like one of the most famous actors you'll see now. He's, for the last 2 or 3 decades, become just a tremendous actor. And it just goes to show this. You can look at people and you can say, okay, this guy, he was never really in much, he's not a good actor. She was never really in much, she's not a good actress. Never really heard of her. I've come to learn that there's probably no such thing as a bad actor or bad actress. It's more to do with a bad writer.
That's what I was talking about. And I absolutely agree with him, but anyway, continue.
And the reason I say that is because you mean to tell me he just started to become a good actor in 1999 when American Pie came out? No. I'll give you a good example, all right? In 2005, or maybe 2003 or 4, he was in the second Dumber and Dumber movie. You can say Jeff Daniels weren't in those movies, but it was like 2 young kids playing the characters. It was called When Harry Met Lloyd. And Levy was in that movie, and he wasn't funny at all. He was terrible. And why was he terrible? because that movie was terrible. The writing was terrible. And that's really what it comes down to. I mean, that just goes to show that if you have good writers, good directors, good producers, you're going to be a good actor. Now, we talk about Will Ferrell a lot. I've never been a big fan of Will Ferrell's work. I've never found him that funny. Some people I talk to say he's funny in certain movies, he's not in others. So maybe I shouldn't really criticize Will Ferrell. Maybe he's the victim of just bad writing. That could be the case, too. If you don't have good writing, people are going to look at you and say, oh, he was terrible in that, or she was terrible in that. Point in case, Helen Hunt. It took Helen Hunt a long time to really establish herself. She guest starred in some TV shows in her 20s. She was in St. Elsewhere. I remember her there. But she was nothing really that big. And then she did Mad About You, and then guess what? Her career just took off. This is a woman that won an Emmy and an Oscar. She won an Emmy for the TV show Mad About You, and she won an Oscar for As Good as It Gets. If you remember that movie, it was a 1998 movie with Jack Nicholson, and he won Best Actor. They won it together that same night. And, I mean, she became a famous actress. I mean, but it took her a while. And St. Elsewhere, she wasn't bad in that show, but you knew what her part was. She was basically only going to be there for a select few episodes. Good writing, a great show called Mad About You, and next thing you know, the woman's win. Mad About You, I think, came out, don't quote me on this, but I think it came out in like 1993. 1998, she's won an Oscar, and she's done a ton of movies. Tom Hanks, I would say the same thing about Tom Hanks. Bosom Buddies, I thought was a good show. I thought it was funny. It only lasted, I think, 3 years. But Tom Hanks, some of his movies didn't exactly do that well. And then next thing you know, little by little, he starts getting better writing for him. His movies took off. I mean, the guy won back-to-back Oscars, but he was in a ton of movies that I always thought were good. But there were some bad ones. I mean, he really, had a renaissance around 1989 where his career just exploded and really took off. But, I mean, it took a little while. But the point I make is, we've always thought maybe this person's not a good actor, or she's not a good actor. And again, the actor has to play the part good. If they don't, it's never going to work. So, you know, sometimes you can find the wrong actor for certain parts. But if there's good writing, chances are those actors and actresses are going to really shine. I mean, look at The Sopranos. James Gandolfini is a great example. He was in some movies that were terrible. He was in The Last Castle, and I thought that was one of the worst movies. And mind you, he had already done 3 seasons of Sopranos before that movie came out. And we look at him in Sopranos, and to me, he's one of the best actors I've ever seen, and he is. But part of that is he had great writing in The Sopranos. You give him something that isn't good writing, you're not going to enjoy it. And that's the point I make, and that's probably why Eugene Levy is a great example of you give this guy something that works, something that's good, he's going to hit a home run. You saw it last night, he wins the Emmy. I mean, I think that's his first Emmy, and I mean, the guy's got to be pushing 70 if he's not already. Look at Ben Stein. Ben Stein was some guy who guest starred on The Wonder Years, which he was funny on that show, even though, they kind of made his character very dry. Somebody saw him on that show, took notice, then they had him do that show, win Ben Stein's money. He was hysterical on that show, and the guy's winning Emmys. I mean, that's all it takes sometimes is if somebody has the right material for you, make your money. Lots of times, I mean, if somebody's writing a book or somebody's writing a song, if the writing isn't good, if the message isn't good, it's not going to work. A big part of TV, if you're going to enjoy TV, if you're going to enjoy films, is they have to write it where you're watching it and you don't want to even get up to go to the bathroom because you're afraid you'll miss something. That's what's the beauty of TV and film, is if that's the case. I know I'm not enjoying a movie when I will get up and use the bathroom, because I can force myself to hold it until the movie's over if I know the movie's really good. So, I mean, that's the key to a lot of things. You have to have good writing. Look at Mickey Rourke. His whole career got turned around when he did that movie, The Wrestler. There were no expectations for that movie. There was nothing. I don't even think in the beginning they were paying. They were paying him something, but not a lot. I mean, he made most of his money because it was a box office success. It was a tremendous story. The writing was tremendous. And that turned Mickey Rourke's whole career around, because he had been floundering for a long time. And that brought him back. Did he all of a sudden become a good actor again? No. I mean, he had some demons. That's part of the reason his career took a stall. But his career really took off again because he got involved with somebody who had a good script, a good story to tell, and that got his career back. He won the Golden Globe. He won the Saturn Award. Let's be honest. He got screwed out of the Oscar. You know, Sean Penn won it, and I saw the movie Milk. It was pretty good. It was a great movie. I've seen him do so many better things besides that movie, but he won it. That's where the politics, I think, play a part. Sean Penn, he fits the image better for the Oscars than Rorik does, and we all know that those things are politics, too. Let's not kid ourselves. I just thought, in my mind, that this was just a prime example. Seeing Levy win last night, it dawned on me how his career really got started late in life, and look what he's done. And there's so many other examples that we could find. I guarantee you, if you really think about it, I'm sure Mike could run a few off in his head. I'm sure Trish could. I'm sure the audience could. I'll tell you right now, that's the beauty, is that somebody's career could go nowhere for years and years and years. And that just shows you how tough it is to make it in this business. But they could give you one part, and that one part could turn into so much more. I mean, it really could. Next thing you know, walking on water. So I just felt that that was a need to address that, and I'd like to know what you think. Hopefully, you know, you'll give your thoughts. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
So there you go.
Wow.
Did you catch any of that little subtle stuff?
Oh, gee whiz.
I just like the bathroom thing that I threw in there for fun.
That's what the pause button's for.
What, nobody watches live TV anymore?
No.
Okay. I just thought it was a good report, and basically what he said is true. It's not a lot of the actors' fault. There are some bad actors, but most of the time, it is the fault of the writer.
Right, right. Because going through, like, when he was talking about Tom Hanks, we've seen some really good Tom Hanks writing. Well, or the acting from the writing.
Yeah, I mean,
But then we've also seen the other side of it.
But he has not had any bad movies in a long time because he can pick and choose whatever he wants. He's at
right, but that stage. Last one we saw.
Oh, other than that, yeah, that was the worst.
That was awful.
Yeah, that was the worst Tom Hanks movie I'd ever seen. But he has the chance to pick his scripts and not have to choose just anything comes down the line.
Because I really enjoyed
He's like
him.
Me. I got to choose Agency, and it's a really good script. And you know.
And how many did you have to choose from? Okay.
I had a bunch because at the beginning of the year I was.
Yes.
I was booked.
That's
in a bunch
the beginning of the year.
So, is anybody talking to me?
No.
Why is it nobody talks to me? Nobody wants to talk to me. I mean, except from the very beginning. Hey, Frank Rodriguez, good to see you. Greg Shatner. Or wait. Oh, it's not Shatner. I was thinking, wow, I wonder if William Shatner's in there.
Is that Greg and Jamie?
Yeah. Sorry, I messed your name up, but I'm looking at it from across the room. So, all right, So that was the point that I wanted to make, was that he is correct with that. You do have to have a good script, or it's going to fall to the ground. And I thought that was a good thing that he put together. So.
I always like Nietzsche's reports.
And next week's is going to be really good. I mean, I've already started on it. I'm just not done with it yet. And I didn't want to put together something that was lousy. I'd rather just put, together.
Oh, of course.
That's why it didn't go out last week, because I just didn't want it to be, not done. Back to Ryan Reynolds. It says Zack Snyder reportedly wants Ryan Reynolds for Justice League reshoots. So Ryan Reynolds was originally the Green Lantern, okay, and he was really made fun of for that role, which is one of the reasons why he takes pot shots at him as Deadpool. So, I mean, I'd like to see Ryan Reynolds play whatever he wants to play, because I didn't think that Green Lantern was all that horrible of a movie, but the critics really destroyed it. They didn't like it. So it says here, the news that Zack Snyder was set to gather the principal cast of Justice League together to shoot additional footage came as a surprise, given the film initially wrapped up well over 3 years ago. Rounding up a host of movie stars in the middle of a pandemic sounds like a logistical nightmare. That being said, fans are definitely on board with the idea of Snyder's all-new project distancing itself even further from the Joss Whedon's version. Unfortunately, Henry Cavill has denied the claims that he was set to suit up as Superman to film new scenes. Now, he was the original Superman well, not the original Superman. He was the Superman I liked. He was the one that we saw Batman versus Superman.
Right.
So, it says here, according to an insider, it says the director wants to get Ryan Reynolds on board as Green Lantern in an effort to give Snyder Cut Justice League a further publicity boost, and I could see him showing up there as Deadpool.
He just might.
But you never know. I mean, like I said, I didn't think that Green Lantern movie was all that bad, but it was really, really destroyed by the by the fans and media and all that. So now it says here that Henry Cavill says Zack Snyder can add more Superman to Justice League without him. So it says here Zack cut Justice League Zack's cut of Justice League went from 20 million post-production job to 70 million reshoot. And on the 23rd of September, The Hollywood Reporter said that Snyder was conducting reshoots with the cast, and Henry Cavill said that he was not reshooting anything. He just basically decided not to do any more Superman. He wanted to do something else. And in fact, I think he was in the last Mission Impossible as the... Now keep in mind that when you're talking about Mission Impossible, who was the main actor?
I don't remember.
My gay crush.
Oh.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Who's about 5 foot nothing, and Cavill's like 6'4". So you put those two in the, when you put those two on the screen together, you got this little guy and this really big guy.
David and Goliath.
Yeah, that's what but that's what it looks like. And most times they don't shoot the thing to make Cruise look short, but in this case they wanted him to look short compared to Cavill, because Cavill wanted something other than Superman. He didn't want to be typed, because the first couple movies you don't get a lot of money, like that Gadot, Gal Gadot, her money for Wonder Woman was not that great.
Wow.
And for him as well, the first Superman, he didn't make a ton of money, and he didn't make the kind of money he should have been making for the additional ones. So he doesn't want to be Superman anymore. He wants to do something else. So, but yeah, I'm all for it if he could do that. So, yeah, it says he still supports the Justice League, but he just doesn't want to go back and do it again. I mean, 3 years later, I can understand that. You want to move on to something else.
Well, yeah.
So, anyway, that I just wanted to talk about that, because I'm all about the superheroes, and even if the guy won't reshoot it, it's still going to have enough footage to make the impact that it needs to make. So I'm still going to go see it. So it don't matter. But it does kind of make me wonder what other shoots he wants to do, because he could make that even better. But you never know. Sometimes you overspend your budget like that, and you could have done the job with what, if I, like for instance, if I put an album out, as soon as I'm done with the album and distributing, I'm thinking, I should have put this song on. Well, that's probably the situation they're on now, is trying to figure out, they probably said, what do we do this and this and this, and well, because there's lots of money involved in that. I hit the wrong button, dummy. Anyway, I wanted to talk about one of the scenes in that video that I played about Sean Penn.
Okay.
Because it's really kind of cool. And I knew about this a while back. And I had to look for an article to put with it. This article is June 3rd, 2020. But Sean Penn took his own money and his own time, and he created the largest COVID testing site in the United States. Now, first off, Sean Penn doesn't have to do anything for the rest of his life. He's made his money, and plus he married, you know, Madonna and then divorced her. And what's it like to have the thing to say, I divorced her? You know, well, he may not have. She may have divorced him, but you know. But anyway, the bottom line is he didn't have to do any of that. He could have stayed at home and did whatever he wanted, staying home. But instead, he wanted to be. He wanted to make a difference. So he created the largest COVID testing site in the United States. I heard this on Howard Stern. That's how I knew about it. And I had to look for an article that shows what I'm talking about. It says in the actor and community organized relief effort nonprofit, which has provided aid to natural disasters in Haiti and beyond, Los Angeles has found a key partner to reach maximum testing capabilities. And testing and tracing have been continually cited by public health experts crucial to migrating the COVID-19 crisis. In late May, Mayor Eric Garcetti announced the opening of a new COVID testing site at Dodger Stadium in partnership with CORE, the Los Angeles Dodgers, Live Nation, Red Rock Entertainment, and Los Angeles Fire Department. So basically they're testing 6,000 residents a day free of charge.
Wow.
And making it 3 times the size of any other location in LA County. So I just think it's really cool that he had a lot to do with that. So,
you know, we needed those testing sites. And even now, I mean, people are still, you know, having to be tested or maybe retested.
Right.
And
it says CORE's already operating free COVID-19 testing across the United States with a focus on underserved communities, communities of colors, first responders, and essential workers. Co-founded by Penn and Ann Lee, CORE has spearheaded the relief efforts following natural disasters in Haiti, the Bahamas, and other parts of the United States. So this isn't his first rodeo. He apparently has been involved in this CORE thing for some time, but I think this is awesome that it shows what, you know, what they can do when they have the power to do it. So
hey, Chris Jericho, he donates to wrestlers' funerals.
He does.
So this is another way, you know.
I think people like that take the time to take care of others, you know, whether it be $10 or whether it be $10 million, taking care of your fellow person, I think is very important. So that I really am proud that the guy, not that proud, I don't know if that's the right word, admire the guy for what he's been doing. So your stimulus check is on its way.
Yay!
It says claim $1,200 stimulus check by October 15th. This time I should get the full amount. Last time I didn't because of how much I made. This time I didn't make anything. So if you aren't employed, you can still get a stimulus check. If you don't pay taxes, you can still get a stimulus check. So just remember that that
how
is
do you
available.
claim it?
Well, I'm about to tell you. What you do is, says last week, September 17th, the IRS issued a news release urging 9 million people to sign up and receive the $1,200 stimulus check. This letter, which was recently mailed out, represents the latest attempt by the IRS to reach people who are eligible to receive their $1,200 stimulus check, but either didn't know about it or didn't understand how to go about it. There's a message, I believe there's a link on here. Yeah, here it is. Register now link that you, low income, no income, homeless people, they can all receive the stimulus checks. To get it, you have to have a Social Security number, a valid
Right.
Social Security number. You cannot be claimed as a dependent by another tax.
Okay.
Okay. You have to have an adjustable gross income of $75,000 or less if single, or $112,500 or less as head of household, $150,000 or less if married, filing a joint.
Okay.
Reduced payments are available for those who earn above that amount and all that. So this tells you basically what you got to do to get your money. And I don't remember if I did this.
You
Yep,
didn't?
I did. All right. So it is important that you fill the stuff out, and it is important that you get your money. And it says use the IRS non-filers tool to claim your stimulus check. Now I found something else out that is interesting, and that is if you have a 401k that you're taking money out of because you're broke.
Right.
In this year only, you will not have to pay a penalty.
Oh.
There's usually do you remember when I paid my house off?
Right.
And I paid a major penalty for doing that?
Right, I remember you saying that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have to pay that penalty this year if I were to do that.
You see, you should have waited.
Well, no, believe me, I don't at all regret doing it because I'm debt free. So
True.
That to me is more important because it's just really important that I don't owe them anything. But there is I don't know, did I put that in here? I think I did. Let me think here. Let me look to see if I did. Let's see. Did I put it at... Maybe I didn't. Looking here to see if I had it. I didn't do that. That's weird. How did I find that out? I found that out somehow. What did I do to find it out? Can you use... Oh, shoot, wrong one again. You'd think I'd learn by now.
Told you should color code them.
Your 401k. Okay, hopefully it comes up. Here we go. Under the $2 trillion stimulus package, Americans can take a withdrawal of up to $100,000 from their retirement savings, including 401ks or individual retirement accounts, without the typical penalty, referred to as the coronavirus-related distributions. They're only available in 2020. So if you didn't know that, that's a very important thing to know for people that are hurting. You can take your money up to $100,000, and there you go. It's called the CARE Act of 2020 for 401k. So
now, to go back real quick on the stimulus check, you might want to clarify that if you haven't gotten, this is the first round.
Second round.
No, first round.
Why are you
The
saying
second one has not been approved yet.
that? You're wrong. We already got the first round.
Yes, but if you have not gotten the first one, you have until October 15th to claim it.
Okay.
Because I thought it was the second one.
This is the second.
No, it isn't.
This is.
No, it isn't. Because I just went to claim my second one, and it says it took me to the IRS site. I had to put my information in because it said to register, and it come up saying from the IRS that mine was to be deposited by April 15th, 2020, which was the first one. The second one has not been approved yet.
I guess I've just, let me see this. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I thought this was the second one. Okay.
That's why I went and tried that, because I thought it was
you
too.
couldn't do it. You can't have, you're not going to do this. Because you're not going to do this even if this is the second one.
Why?
Because it's automatically going to see you in the system. Because you pay taxes.
Right, but
that's what it's going off of. This is for people that have no income or.
But it also tells you can, where did I read it? It says about get my refund.
Yeah,
or get my payment is what it's to check on the status.
Read up above there. Get up. Read there. Read
Don't
that,
use
down below. Up that right where you were at. Read that paragraph where you're at. If you haven't received your stimulus check, but you already
right. It says do not use the non-filers tool. Instead, use the get my payment to check on the status of your payment.
Oh, and you already got it.
Yes. That's why this is for the first payment.
All right, well, I misunderstood it then, because I was thinking, well, why would they do that for October 15th? Okay, well then you stand corrected. I mean, I stand corrected, or something. I sit corrected.
Now, I saw something in my email, and I want to see if I can find it, about this second one.
So you know what today is, besides...
Yeah, the end of September.
Do you know what today is?
The 29th.
Do you know what it is?
No.
It is National Coffee Day.
Ugh.
You'd get free coffee. All kinds of places. Go Starbucks, Krispy Kreme, Jack in the Box, Dunkin' Donuts, Panera, Barnes & Noble, Godiva. Are there any Barnes & Noble even around anymore?
Yes.
Oh. All right. Well, you can get a list of stuff there. It's and if you go to Krispy Kreme, you get a donut too.
Wow. See, I got an email that says you may be getting another stimulus payment in just a few weeks. Second round details. Let's see what it says.
All right, and here it is. There's three. Okay, here it is. I knew I had this article somewhere. Here's 3 reasons to take a 401k withdrawal right now and 2 reasons not to.
Oh boy.
So here's the 3 reasons to take the withdrawal. There's no early withdrawal penalty. There's normally a 10% withdrawal penalty if you withdraw it before 59.5.
Whoops.
But the CARES Act changed the rules for this year. People can, during the pandemic, for 2020 only, you can withdraw funds from your 401k at any age, and you won't have to pay an early withdrawal. You will have to pay taxes. You just don't have to pay the early withdrawal penalty. That's the next line. You will still owe taxes on the withdrawals unless the money came from a Roth 401. However, the rules surrounding taxes on retirement withdrawals are different this year. It says here you can spread your tax liability out over 3 years. So not only can you borrow up to $100,000, but you can pay taxes on it over 3 years. So you get $30,000 a year on taxes. So you don't have to pay taxes in a single year. You have the option to do this, but if doing so would significantly raise your tax bill, you can choose to spread the tax liability over 3 years. If you withdraw $3,000, you could pay taxes on $1,000 per year.
Oh wow!
So that's good to know, and it would certainly, instead of raising your income, like for me, it wouldn't make a big difference because I don't have an income.
Right.
If I had an income, it might take me from one tier to the next. I guess I still would do it smarter so that I only am paying $33,000 a year in taxes, or on $33,000 a year. But anyway, let me see what the 2 reasons not. Oh, wait a minute. It's better than falling behind on your bills, basically, they're saying.
Right.
2 reasons not to take the money. If you don't need it, you shouldn't take it. And you can withdraw, if you can withdraw the money from another source, you don't really want to take it because you're still going to have to pay taxes on it. And taxes, again, might lift you to the next level where you have to pay more taxes than normal.
Mm-hmm.
But the nice thing is that you're not going to pay the penalty. So, something to think about. But it makes me think, and I was thinking that maybe I could do that. Maybe I should do that. But in the same sense, I don't want to push it. So, all right, did you find whatever you were looking for?
Yeah, and I forwarded it to your email.
Oh, Would you
For later.
Oh, okay. Is it I was going to say, is it something we need?
No.
So anyway, back to coffee day. So there we go. I do want to save the 401k one though for later because I want to talk to my finance guys about that. And I'll be talking to them in the next couple of days. So next. Could do that. Let's see. How are we doing on time? Here we go. NASA launching a new space toilet.
Oh, jeez.
And more space station this week. I wonder what a space toilet is. I mean, it's definitely weird. It might be really weird, but something to think about if you are into toilets. Well, unless you're going into space, I guess it doesn't really matter. The private Cygnus spacecraft is supposed to launch today. So, says a private cargo spacecraft will lift off from Virginia on Tuesday, carrying tons of fresh supplies to the International Space Station, including a scientific experiment, skincare, Estee Lauder, and a brand new space toilet. The mission is known as Cygnus NG-14, and it will deliver 7,624 pounds of cargo on the 14th flight for Northrop's Grumman's robotic Cygnus spacecraft and resupply the craft's 13th mission to the International Space Station. I think it's just an awesome thing that we're getting this space station stuff done, and the fact that it's done privately and doesn't cost us money out of our taxes is very cool. So I just think that's really cool. And it says here, nearly 8,000 pounds of cargo space will include new supplies, the crew supplies like food, and then alongside scientific experiments, and even newly updated space toilet. So I don't know what that means, but hurrah. So that's,
I don't even want to know.
Hey, I don't know. I'm really, happy they're doing whatever it is they do up there. But yeah, who would have thought? Oh, here's a sad story. I'm gonna have a couple sad stories in the whole scheme of things. Australia begins disposal of 350 dead whales as rescue efforts end. It says here that the Australian wildlife officials began disposing of hundreds of dead pilot whales on Saturday, and concluding there was no longer any hope of rescuing any. I didn't know there was a situation where the whales were in trouble, but apparently it's been an ongoing problem, and it's sad because there aren't that many whales left anymore, I don't think. But yeah, in Australia's biggest whale beaching, 470 whales were spotted on a sandbank near an aerial reconnaissance of rugged Marquee Harbour in Tasmania. Tasmania.
What age to grow my business? I use Fiverr. I found a designer for my logo, a programmer for my website.
Okay,
writers for my
what is that?
Just search.
I don't know, but it was very loud.
Yeah, well.
So much. I even got the logo tattooed on my arm.
What? Aha. Okay. What? I don't know what it is. I can't.
And a lot of places will be giving away free coffee tomorrow.
Okay, the coffee one.
National Coffee Day.
What got you all excited that you got playing?
It's that coffee.
Yeah, I guess so, but it waited a while because I didn't know which screen it was. I thought I turned that screen off. Anyway, it's Tasmania's famous for
the Tasmanian Devil.
Exactly, that's the one. Or Taz, the wrestler, who's actually from Philly. After days of difficult rescues attempts, they rescued 108 whales. The rest have now died out of the 470. So, man, how do you dispose of 350 mammals?
I don't know.
Oh, man. It's sad. But yeah, they got beached.
That's really awful.
Yeah. I mean, I know my show's a puff piece, but I had to talk about it. Let's get the whales out of here. Should I talk about that yet? I think I'll talk about everything else first. There's a thing I found that was interesting. Items you've been doing that you've been using the wrong way.
Uh-oh.
And it's actually interesting items that are everyday items.
Uh-oh.
We can do that if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh. That's why I'm saying uh-oh.
Well, I was going to save it, but for instance, saucepan handles. Did you ever know that?
Nope.
There's a hole in the saucepan, and you put the handle in there, and it drips.
That is what a spoon rest is for.
But this, all the drippings go back into it.
That's true. But I'd be afraid.
I never knew that.
I'd be afraid to pick up that spoon because that's probably hot from being on the stove.
It won't be hot from way back here.
I don't know.
Probably not. Okay, drink cartons. Did you know to empty it the way they were emptying it, opposite of what you would normally do?
See, I'd be afraid of missing.
Well, it says here, filling up a bowl of cereal sometimes leads to accidents. There's no use crying over spoiled milk or spilled milk, because it happens all the time. There's something you can do that keeps the milk from sloshing around, and you can control the stream a little bit easier.
Wow.
Because the milk is coming out, and there's air that goes in and makes it so it comes out smoother. If you do it the other way, there's no way for the air to come in because it's all on the bottom. That's why they do it that way.
Oh.
And I didn't know that. I've never heard of that till now, and I thought, oh, well, that's kind of cool.
That one I knew.
What?
About the gas tank.
Oh, yeah, the gas tank. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's... Oh, I thought it was down here further. Yeah, do you know where your gas tank is? Oh, I guess that's part of the 5. That's part of their 5. It might be down here lower. Did you know that wooden hangers... says by throwing all your clothes on a big pile, and it's not ideal, but hanging them in the closet. You probably didn't know much about hangers. These wooden hangers, do you know why people use wooden hangers?
Because for blouses, the shoulder.
Nope.
No?
Nope. Okay. It says here, it turns out the secret behind wooden hangers is wooden hangers repel moths.
Oh.
So for added protection, you give it a go and you keep your things. Now I read somewhere also that what was it that they said about that? There was another reason too, but the wooden hangers repel moths.
Oh.
Takeout containers. Now you know the takeout container of Chinese food, right?
It turns into a plate.
You know that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've read that one before.
I never knew that.
I've never done it.
Car headrests. You know, all the car headrests come out.
Yes.
Do you know why?
No.
This is a good one for you. The car headrests come out for if you ever get trapped in a car. You can use the headrests to break the window.
Yep. Okay. Makes sense.
I never knew that. I never even thought about that. Aluminum foil boxes. This is kind of interesting. Did you know on the aluminum foil boxes there's a little indentation on the one side?
Now I'm going to have to go home and look.
Well, according to this, see, they got a little cutout, and of course that is to
open the box.
Nope.
No?
Keep the foil in the roll of foil.
Now I'm going to have to go home and look.
On the other side of the box, you'll see a small tab you can push in. It seems simple enough, but it holds the roll of foil in place and makes it easier to unroll, tear, and all that.
Now I will have to go look. Thanks, Mike.
Soda can tabs, you know what they're for?
Yeah, that one I knew.
What is it?
Dalton straw.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that one I knew.
I never knew that either.
But you can also save those tabs and donate them to the Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah, I haven't figured that out. Why do they want people to save? Why do they want those tabs?
Because they can recycle them and take the money and put towards the sick children.
Why just a tab? Why wouldn't you do the whole can?
Because a lot of people take the can and do their own recycling, but the tab, you can get a lot more.
As far as I'm concerned, you're pretty... I mean, I could see McDonald's or whatever doing a lot of cans, but I don't see a lot of other people. Measuring tape diamonds. There's little diamonds on the end of, or on the, I'll show it to you. Like, notice, there's a little diamond right there.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Ah, I didn't either. The tiny markings of the tape measures are there to help you find the right position for wall studs. These black diamonds are known as stud finders, and they help you find the mark between two studs.
Guess I'm going to have to go check that out, too.
Fuel gauges, that's the one that you already knew.
Yeah.
Everyone that doesn't know that, there's
E does not mean enough.
There's a little, at the bottom of the gauge, there's a little arrow that says which side your car fuels on. What happens if it's straight behind you? Like a lot of cars...
That means it's an older car.
Are they? I mean, the sports cars, Corvettes and stuff, a lot of those are...
See, now, when I first started driving, I was told that E meant enough and F means fill it up.
Okay, but if this arrow is over here, it means you're...
It depends on which way it's pointing. That means your gas tank's on the driver's side.
I wonder if there's one that goes right down there if it's behind you. I'm telling you, if you have a car that has a gas tank in the middle...
I don't know how that would happen.
I'm curious as to
Guess we have to find one.
Yeah, now I need to know. Stupid things I need to know. How about the oven drawers? The more you cook, the more utensils... Yep. Do you know what it is?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
The broiler.
It says here that the broiler is for... The more you you move these drawers over, though, and they can be used to store food that's been cooked.
Yep.
And if you're not ready to serve them,
because
I want to eat here because they have lots of shrimp and stuff.
Well, when I was working on cleaning up, I pulled my broiler out.
Okay.
And Keith is like, "This has never been used," and I'm like, "Well, exactly."
You don't really cook a whole lot.
I don't. I said, but I was always taught that was for the pan lids.
Oh yeah. All right, how about condiment cups?
No.
If you like mustard, ketchup, other condiments, you might find these little cups, and they aren't the right size for you. Hardly enough room to get much stuff into it. But it can be a hassle. You're not using them right.
Oh, you have to open them up.
And it says you can flatten the cup before you pour in your condiment. That way there's much more room.
Wow.
Did you ever know that?
No.
Shopping cart loops. Not very many of us take a look at it, take time to look at the shopping cart and wonder how it's designed. It's a cart, got space inside for your groceries, and it's got wheels on the bottom to move around, and it's got a handle for you to push it. That's all, right?
Right.
Nope.
What? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I never knew that either.
See, we hang the reusable grocery bags. That's why we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's... But my bags are dying. My bags are falling apart. They're hardly...
I've got plenty to replace them with.
I'm going to use that bag you gave me with the shirt
Uh-huh.
as one of my bags, unless you want it back. I'm going to use it.
No, I have one of my own.
I got to start replacing my bags. They're just
don't use that one. I got plenty down home that I can bring up for you.
Well, I'm sad because I love my bags that stretch out.
I've got in trouble for that, for having an addiction like that.
Well, mine are really badly used. I've used them hard.
Yeah, I got in trouble for having that many.
I asked Giant if they sell them anymore, and they don't sell those anymore.
Yeah, the ones that hook on,
yes,
they're hard to find, but like just even the regular ones, yeah, he yelled at me.
Who?
Keith.
Oh, your boyfriend.
No.
He's your boyfriend.
Anyway, he yelled at me for having too many.
Anyone that wonders, there's little hooks or hoops on your cart that you can hang your bag.
I don't remember if I've ever seen any on there.
I have. I actually never thought about it, but I have seen that.
Wow. Because I know they have things up by the handle where, like, some you can put a cane, some you can put your scanner.
Amy Sue's in.
Now, see, I don't see Amy
Gary
Sue
Wolf came back in. It's all part of the watch party. Nobody's talking to me, though. Bastards. Coming in my room, you should at least say hi. Or maybe I can't see them from that corner.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe I'm going to do something else.
Okay, what's the one about the bananas?
Okay, bananas. Okay, no trick to eating a banana, right? It's the simplest thing to do. You grab the stem, pull, skin off, eat it. Sometimes it doesn't peel quite easily, but sometimes it can be a real pain.
Okay.
So the answer is This one I didn't read. There's another way. Grab the bottom of the banana and peel from there. The skin comes off easier. That's why monkeys do it this way.
Oh, wow.
See, monkeys are smarter than we are. Plungers.
Oh, boy.
This is a really important one because a lot of people don't realize they don't know how to use a plunger. And most people think they do, but they don't. And I think I do. I have not read this, by the way. I have not read this, but I think I know the right way.
Okay.
Spending a bit of time understanding your plunger can be useful, and there's different types of plungers. A flat plunger is fine for a sink, but you'll need to use one if you need to use one for your toilet. Who says toilet? Oh, in Practical Jokers, the turlet.
Turlet.
If you need it, if you need one on your turlet, you'll need to use one with a tapered end. So, like this one here. Do you know why?
So it can go down.
So it can get suction into it. Now, most people don't use plungers correctly, though. A lot of people put it in there and just...
Right.
But the correct way is to get suction on that, like on the... so you have your hole, and you put the thing over top. You don't go and pull it all the way up. You keep it down. You make sure that it makes a suction thing, and you push down, pull up, push down, pull up, but never pull it up enough that it releases from it, because it needs that suction so it actually grabs whatever is holding it in and pulls it out. Because the kitchen has a problem where it occasionally clogs, but you can't just push down and pull up. You have to actually get a suction going and then just play with the suction, because that's what knocks it loose.
Right.
So...
Well, I have one, like the one upstairs in my bathroom isn't like that, but when you put it on, you can turn it. It's really weird.
Okay. I've not seen any like that before.
I'll have to take a picture and send it to you.
I'm really curious on that presidential debate. I'm curious how... I hope it recorded, because I'm definitely going to be checking it out. I want to hear how... Because... We know that Trump says dumb things.
Right.
Okay? We already expect it. But Biden says dumb things too, and I want to see who says... I'm going to keep track of who says the dumbest things.
Okay.
Anyway, juice boxes. A squeeze too hard, juice can go everywhere.
Right.
But if you're a kid, something else will clean that up, but you don't have to worry about it. Here's juice boxes. It says here...
That I knew.
If you use a juice box... if you're the one who has to do the cleaning, you'd rather have the kids not make a mess, but that's why it helps to open up the flaps for the juice box.
I knew that one, because I used to do that for Kylie.
See, I never drink juice boxes, so... Highway signs. This is interesting, too. If you... getting to go where you need to go 1,000 times goes wrong. Issues with your vehicle, traffic... Say your GPS, when you didn't have a GPS, you had someone that says, oh, I think we were supposed to turn there. I don't know how many times I had that happen. I replaced that GPS with another GPS. But anyway, there's no way... It says here there are 1,001 signs on the highway that you need to pay close attention to. Here you go. Let's see if we learned something here. When you need to make an exit, there's a helpful tip that will make things easier. If the sign for your destination is on the left, then your exit will be on the left. Oh,
well,
please, everyone knows that. If it's on the right, blah, blah, blah.
That's why I always ride the middle lane, so if I have to get over to either one...
Well, what I do on Sunday, I think I take a wrong turn somewhere. I still don't know how I took the wrong turn, but... Dental floss. Okay, we're all supposed to floss.
Yes.
Whether or not we do, you can't tell them when they're in their 50s, you got to floss more. Because if you haven't flossed a lot before your 50s, you're not going to floss more from then on. I don't know. I just... Anyway, here's the correct way to do the floss. You have someone else do it for you. That's my opinion. Or you have one of the... I like to take those little... even though they're expensive, more expensive than dental floss, you buy one of those plastic ones that has the... I have one that actually takes regular floss and you can wrap it around.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I found it when I was cleaning one day. I've never seen another one. That's why I'm glad I found it, but I lost it. The correct way. To tie your floss into a knot increases tension of the floss and makes it easier to maneuver. I can't floss that way. I mean, I realize that's the way you're supposed to do it. I do it with the little floss sticks. It's just a lot easier. Plastic cups, cup lid spoons. If you're yogurt or a cup of yogurt or a cup of fruit can be good, healthy snack. Worst thing you can do is not have a spoon. Or wait a minute, I'm trying to figure that out.
That's the lid. Folded into That's
not what they are supposed to do, is it? Oh, I guess maybe that is what they. Wait.
Nope, I wouldn't do it.
The lids on these plastic cups. Well, I would imagine there's all kinds of germs because that was on the outside.
Yeah.
Ugh, no.
That's why I just buy a package of plastic spoons and keep them in my desk drawer.
There you go. Sometimes, or there's a bunch over there that you bought me one time for a cake or something that you got me back in 2003 or something.
Something like that.
Sometimes when you're out in the world, necessity strikes and it may not be convenient, especially in a dirty public restroom. It's your only option. You got to go when you got to go.
That I knew.
That's no big deal. We all know that. Toilet seat covers. And some people just use
toilet paper. Yep.
Tic Tacs. Keeping your breath. You know, since the past couple of years, my breath, especially wearing those masks, I feel like can't stand it because I can't stand my own breath because we wear these masks now, and then after a while of wearing those masks, you get bad breath. Keeping your breath fresh is a matter of pride for us, and the trouble with Tic Tacs, though, is they come spilling all out instead of one or two, except that they're not designed to come out one or a bunch at a time. They designed it to come out one or two at a time.
You just have to know how to do it.
Yeah, look at the lid.
Yep.
I didn't know
the lids I've seen do not have that extra piece in it.
I don't think I've ever seen it like that either. Fabric samples. There's little patches on new set of clothes.
Yeah, that I knew.
How useful are they if you tear your clothes?
Yep, that I knew.
I didn't ever pay attention to something like that. So it turns out they're not really what it's for. A fabric sample, as you can see, to test in your washing machine or whatever products you use for your laundry, throw the sample in and see how it fares. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
Learned that in home ec.
Detergent, how to keep your clothes clean and fresh. Could damage it. But you got to be sure you're using the right balance of cleaning laundry for your laundry thoroughly, not to go overboard. So, we all know that cap trick. That's not even funny. That's not even cool. Hairpins.
That one I don't think I knew.
Here we go. I guess this is the hairpin thing. Unfortunately, that means a lot of us are doing simple things incorrectly. When it comes to hairpins, a lot of people put face the bumpy side down. It should be facing the bumpy side up.
Now, see, when my hair was longer and I wore bobby pins, I always wore it flat side down.
I don't even know. I'd never know. Staple removers. It says some of the hidden details. Let me think here if I know about staple removers. Yes, I think I know about staple removers. No, I don't know. Removing your keys.
I didn't know that.
Removing your keys can be tricky when you move houses, change jobs. You simply have to turn in your keys. You don't want to hurt your fingers. Just grab a staple remover and pry your keychain open.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's a kind of thing I never knew.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I never would have known that. Toothpaste. Too much toothpaste is a waste. Do you know how much toothpaste you should use?
Just a little bit.
Just like the size of your littlest finger. That's too much.
Yeah.
I don't know why it says this can be different for different toothpaste, so check the packing. They didn't even say. Shampoo is great. Let's see if there's a shampoo. Greasy hair is nasty. You want to keep yourself fresh. In that case, focus on the scalp. That's where all the oils are. Oh, okay.
Yep.
We're not.
See, I don't like the kind that says full volume because I already have enough. I don't need more.
What? Volume? What? Then we got mascara. Not something I have to worry about. There's one danger in particular that everyone wants to avoid: clumpy mascara, whatever that is.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Mascara can get clumpy when it dries out. Make sure you aren't leaving it out to dry, and avoid pushing air into the bottle when you're applying it. Not something that I'll ever have to worry about.
Oh, buddy.
Heinz ketchup. I think this is probably one of the last ones. It says Heinz ketchup. Friends, let's see here. This is... Okay. It can be tempting to smack the bottom of the bottle, and we all have done that, I think.
Yes.
But it might be might not be the best way. On a ketchup bottle, take around the 57 sticker. That's the perfect places. You tap it at the 57 sticker.
Yep.
I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have guessed that they were going to say to put a knife in the top.
Yeah, because I've done that too.
Yeah. Oranges. So they're all sticky. They're all... Wonder if they're going to say what I think. Well, it's kind of that's similar to what I do. I usually cut the orange just to break the skin around and make 4 cuts, and I bring them apart, and I have 4 oranges then, all with the skin still attached.
Okay.
And then
buddy.
when you get it, you can, do whatever you want. Natural peanut butter? I don't even know what natural peanut butter is.
Without oil.
Oh, I didn't know you could buy that.
Uh-huh.
It says here, you store your peanut butter upside down. All right, I never would have thought of that. Oil is easier to mix back in, and you can enjoy peanut butter with much less hassle. Never thought of that. I might have to try that. Okay, we got to be done here soon.
Well, it looks like you're only halfway down.
Oh, jeez. Do we want to continue?
What's the one about the slow cookers?
Okay, so it says here, and check slow cooker gets slower and slower, and the slow cooker is a great way to prepare a meal with minimum effort, but you have to be patient. It's called a slow cooker for a reason. But checking your slow cooker is a great way to let all the heat out, and trapping the heat is how a slow cooker does its thing. The more heat it's trapped, the longer it stays trapped, and the better your meal will be. So they didn't tell us anything. They said,
well, a lot of people have Instapots now, so
yeah. Dishwashers are a great time saver, but you have to use them right to get the advantages. Stacking everything in the dishwasher is simple, but doing it right, I might need this. Okay. Oh, they have 3 drawers. That'd be nice to have 3 drawers. I want 3 drawers.
Mine are right here, and they do just fine.
Make sure you don't get anything in the way of the detergent dispenser from keeping an eye on the way that spray is coming out. Face the spray towards the dirtiest items to get the best wash.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's not... I mean, that's really kind of... All right, vegetable peelers, blenders, analog watch. No. Clothes hangers. Oh, hey, that's cool.
Well, the other trick with clothes hangers, if you want to clean out your closet, you hang all your clothes up with the hangers facing the same way. Mm-hmm. When you take it off, wear it, wash it, put it back, you flip the hanger around, then after a year, all the ones that are hanging the original direction, you get rid of those clothes.
That would be most of my clothes, because I really only wear a couple things, because I don't have to dress up anymore.
Because that's what I'm going to do here. Once I start tackling the upstairs, I'm going to get rid of a lot of the stuff I have in that little room.
That makes sense.
I've been doing real well at paring down.
Coca-Cola in the toilet?
That I knew.
Everyone knows that.
Yep.
I'm trying to see if there's any... Okay. This liquid candy is still being poured. It fills a hole and adheres to the... okay, that's what the reason for the hole in the extension cords.
Yeah, that one I knew. And I'm always afraid to do that because I don't want it to break.
Why is that up there twice?
Because they did it once under keyring and once under staple remover.
All right. You don't need any more of these. I think we've got most of the good ones. Wait. Rearview mirror?
That one I knew. Because that's the way my car
Padlock
is.
for smoother use.
So there are some things in there.
Yeah, there were a couple of good ones, and I think we just want, there we talk about here
the wooden spoon. Ooh.
All right, milk jug. I think we've exhausted the goodness of that, but still, I thought there was a lot of good stuff in there, and
if you know of any other hints, feel free to
send
message
it to her.
Yeah, sure, why not?
It's TTRS Trish.
No, it's TTRS_Trish at yahoo.com.
I wasn't going to give it. I was just teasing.
I don't care. I'll take any hints. I'm always looking for hints.
And dates.
Really?
Well, you don't want to go out with your buddy.
No, that's okay.
All right. Do you know who the Proud Boys are? And it's not a group. It's not a. Okay. This is really.
Proud Boys, Proud Boys.
It's not the way you would think it is. It's not. I was thinking Proud Boys. That sounds interesting.
Sounds like a boy band.
Well, yeah. So the Proud Boys, they were established in 2016 election by Vice Media co-founder Gavis McInnes. The Proud Boys are self-described Western chauvinists who adamantly deny any connection to the racist alt-right, insisting they're a fraternal group spreading anti-political correctness and anti-white guilt. Okay, what does that mean? Well, you're not going to see any black people.
Okay. So is this like a white KKK? Like that generation? In today's
no. With a shaking head of yes.
Today's generation.
Yeah, it's really... They kind of scare me. They are supportive of Trump, which might be their only positive thing about them. They're far right skinhead. They're Proud Boys, and they're really dangerous people in my eyes. They think their actions are okay. They rank and file Proud. Basically, Proud Boys and leaders regularly spout the white nationalist stuff, and they maintain affiliations with known extremists, which scare me. They are known for anti-Muslim, and they are basically among other hate groups and extremist gatherings like Unite the Right in the rally in Charlotte. And indeed, the Proud Boys member Jason Kessler helped organize the event, which brought together Klansmen, anti-Semites, Southern racist militias, and Kessler was only expelled from the group after violence and near universal condemnation of Charlottesville rally-goers. So these people are out there, and they're troublemakers. I mean, it's one thing, I don't care what you believe in, but don't push your stuff on me.
Right.
And on top of that, don't try to inspire hate in people. And these people inspire hate. So, says other hardcore members of the so-called alt-right have argued that the Western chauvinist label is just a PR term. Says, let's not BS. One of the popular alt-right podcasts said that Proud Boys were pressed. If the Proud Boys were pressed on the issue, I would guarantee you 90% of them would tell you something along the lines that Hitler was right, gas the Jews. I really am saddened by that type of... This is 2020.
Yeah.
If you haven't figured out life by now, and you are in one of these groups, you got a problem. You got a serious problem. And these are people that we got to be careful of, because they're gonna make the world a worse place. In fact, that brings us to this. So they had a rally. Oh, I've reached my article limit. They're investigating the beating of a man at a Proud Boys rally. Unfortunately, I can't show this to you because...
You've reached your limit.
Yeah. I thought I reached my limit on another article, and I copied the whole article into a thing. So it's really sad that these people exist. These are just nothing but bullies. I mean, I grew up with bullies all around me, so I know what bullies are, and these are truly just some big old bullies. So someone that has to blame everybody for their problems, and I'm really saddened that they're out there. I have something I want to do probably next week.
Okay.
This is you'll find this funny. 33 common American sayings that make absolutely no sense if you're not an American.
Oh, jeez.
I'll give you an example of one, and you can tell me whether or not it sounds interesting. What happened to it? There it is. Here's one. What do Americans mean when they say a show is on from 8/7C? What is that? See, other people in other countries don't get it.
Right.
And there's a whole bunch of them like that I found really funny. Another one would be, what do Americans mean when a show... Oh, wait, that's the first one. The second one would be, what does it mean when Americans say they are a hockey mom? Their child plays hockey and they take them to practice? They don't get that whole... What's a hockey mom? Does that mean they go out and play? You know, it's kind of funny because to us, we understand it because it's a normal thing.
Right.
But the foreigners, these are things, by the way, that are on Twitter.
And they don't know.
They really don't know what it means. What does it mean? What do Americans mean by 2.5 baths? They try to figure that out. They don't understand the whole 2.5 bath thing. So that gives you an idea of some of the things.
They don't know addresses either.
Oh, no, I'm sure. Yeah. Well, especially because I listen to these scammers and screw them up with the addresses.
Well, no, the reason I said something was because my friend Chicky posted the other day that she had ordered from DoorDash, and she lives in an apartment building, and they called her so that she could buzz them in because it's the doors are locked and there's no guard on duty on the weekends. Well, here she never got her food.
Oh.
She buzzed the guy in, but he gave the food to somebody else because she was waiting, and then she called and they're like, well, he delivered it. And she's like, no.
Oh, man.
And I've actually had that happen. I've gotten wrong orders.
Mm.
The one guy delivered my order plus somebody else's, and usually I have it on there, text me when it's on the porch.
Right.
So as soon as I get that text, I'll go over and I'll get it, and they're gone. And I was like, boy, this is an awful lot of food. And I knew I didn't order that much. And here I had two people's orders. I had mine and somebody else's.
What do Americans mean when they say transfer to a 4-year school?
Wow.
I thought all universities were 4 years. But, our wording of things is really weird. I'm not going to do them all this week, but I just thought that was funny. Okay. All right. I'll skip that. Okay, we'll go into this. There's some interesting news on the last week I did talk about Nikola?
Yes.
Where they were fraud?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if I did or not. Well, here's the update on that. So the head of the Nikolas, of the fraud thing, Tesla's competitor, not really a competitor if they don't have a product, but there's a couple articles that went out. This guy that was the head of Tesla basically resigned.
Wow.
Because there's so much going on right now where their stock went belly up. I mean, I don't know what they're, well, actually, let's see where they are now. I'm curious. $17 a share. I don't remember. Okay, let's see. Where were they? What was their high? Okay, they're really not taking. Well, that's just today. Let's see. Can we look over a 5-year period? A 5? Maybe we can't. 1-year period. A year to date. There we go. So their high was $72. Today they're $17.88.
Ooh.
So, I mean, everybody thought, oh, well, let's invest in this stock. It's $73 versus Tesla's $450 or whatever it is today, and they found out not so good. Yeah, because everyone bailed on this stock, and because the guy Trevor Milton resigned his chairmanship. Shares of electric truck startup Nikola sank sharply on Monday following the overnight resignation of the executive chairman and founder Trevor Milton, who has been fending off accusations of fraud based on large investors betting against the company. The stock traded on NASDAQ tumbled over 30%. This was on the 21st, so that was last week. And it's tumbled even further from that because it's really
awful.
Yeah. So anyway, Nikola's been under pressure more than a week after the activist short seller Hindenburg Research issued an extensive report on September 10th claiming Nikola is an intricate fraud built on dozens of lies over the course of Milton's career. In that report, short seller raised 53 questions to the company. Hindenburg's accusations have sent the company, once the year's hottest stock, reeling, and put Nikola under a regulatory microscope. For those reasons, Milton asked the company to allow him to step down, and he wrote in Twitter post on Monday, "The focus should be in the company and its world-changing mission, not me." And he's denied all the accusations, saying it's defamatory. It's unclear whether the accusations are legitimate, and the market action appears to be playing right into the firm's hands. Nikola is now trading at a fraction of its value. Nearly $94 is what it was. The spike hit in June after the company engineered a public offering via a successful reverse merger. I can tell you that I don't think Nikola is going to go very far.
No.
So if you have stock in Nikola, I'm sorry, but it's not going to be what they said it was going to be. And you know, everyone's trying to knock Tesla down, but I'll tell you one thing, you know that Tesla has a product, and you don't have to worry about them lying about things. Well, okay, still have to worry about Elon. But anyway, this was something that was found out, that Nikola didn't even have their own, mother. Yeah. Well, that really sucks. That's not going to work. Let's try to find it another way, since I'm not going to be able to get into that one. That was not letting me into the Financial Times. What can I sign in without? Let's see if it lets me sign in. Okay. See if it lets me in. Sorry, we couldn't log you in. Bastards. All right. Anyway, he bought... so all the... Okay, here we go. This will work. Good, I'll get it from another company. Screw you. I don't need it. I don't need your issue. So... Oh, now we got another thing that's... Where's my article? Come on.
Okay, I'm looking at some people's comments on the debate.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I guess it's really good that somebody, who was the one that said, 47 years you've done nothing, Joe.
Oh.
And where was the one? Oh, will someone please duct tape this dude's mouth? It just makes you wonder which dude he's talking
I don't know.
about.
They're both probably just as equal on people that
I feel like I'm watching Divorce Court. God, please help us.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, here we go. So Nikola's Corp founder purchased their designs for their truck from a third party. They weren't even built from the ground up. So they went out and bought truck designs.
Oh boy!
And from a Croatia-based designer. So you know it's going to be high tech if it's Croatia. After all, there's so much high tech coming out of Croatia. That's just really sad. It says Nikola 1, the company's flagship hydrogen-powered truck, is at the center of design of patent infringements lawsuit that Nikola filed against Tesla in 2018. Nikola said Tesla's Semi is the first heavy-duty truck. It's substantially similar to Nikola's design when they bought their designs from somebody else. The Nikola truck was designed and patented by Nikola. That's a lie. Salt Lake City, Utah-based Nikola said in a statement, it's uncommon to license a third-party design during vehicle development, and although early in the process Nikola purchased a license to Andriano Mudri's designs, he was not part of the design team, and his designs are materially different from the design invented by Nikola for the Nikola 1. So they're accusing the one who said about having a tractor trailer. Tesla said about it long before I even heard of Tesla, and he says that Tesla stole the idea. So I just think it's going to be interesting to see where this company goes from here, because they pretty much have no credibility now that the SEC is investigating them.
Well, you met someone over the weekend that, he's heard a lot about Teslas, but he didn't really know anybody that owned one until now. So he was thrilled to look at your car and to hear all about it. And he said that, he's a tech junkie, so that would be for him.
Yeah. Okay. Rather than go to the next article, I will tell you, I talk about this from time to time. I get friend requests from some really odd people.
Yes.
Some really hot girls really want me. Except do they? One of them, from a couple, this was from last week, is exactly what I told you what was going to happen. This girl said she was really, really hot, and all you can see is my messages because she's been removed.
Right.
She said, "How are you?" I said, "Good, you?" And I said, "Nice to meet you." And I said, "You're from Texas," because her profile said from Texas. She was really hot. She was just, she isn't. Anyway, I said I was from PA because obviously she wanted to be with me from my picture, not from my profile. And I asked her how she asked me how old I was, and she said, "What do you do for a living?" I said, "I'm a musician, radio talk show host." I knew where this was going, by the way.
Right.
And I wanted to see it go that way. Anyway, she said, "What are you doing for a living?" And I said, "Not much with COVID." Then she said, "Do you like sex?" And I said, "I don't remember." It's been so long. And then she said, I don't remember what the question was then. Then she said, "Well, I'm about to take a shower." And I said, "Oh, okay." She goes, "Do you want to watch?" I said, "No." I said, I don't want anything to do with it. I knew what it was about.
Yeah.
And she said something else. I said, "No thanks. I appreciate the offer." That was when she agreed, or said she was going to strip and all that stuff for me, and I knew what she was going to ask. And then she went on to say, "Oh, come on, it's fun." I said, "Seriously, no, thank you." And she said, "Bye." And I said, "Take care."
Wow.
And she is no longer a Facebook user. If you go there and you push the button, it says this person's been temporarily.
Wow.
Yeah. So I just think it's wild that these people are still out there, and what? Okay, so for those of you that haven't listened, the reason she was going to take a shower and let me watch is she was going to strip in front of me, and I would have been all excited and everything, and I would have wanted to take care of myself. And then when it was all done, she would blackmail me saying, "I recorded everything that you did, and then and if you don't give me whatever the number
Google
is,
Play cards,
whatever number it is," it could have been as low as 200, it could have been as high as 3,000 worth of Google Play cards or whatever. "I'm going to send this to all of your friends on Facebook." So, for those of you that don't think that it happens, there was proof that it was going to happen if I had done that. And I knew what it was, so I didn't even bother. So, I got a game for you.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you like my games. Don't worry. You don't get paid or not paid any different.
Well, I know that, but...
This one you'll like. It's on Tesla betting.
Oh. Hi, Puppy.
Against a bunch of people on a drag strip.
Okay.
Now, here's the key.
Tesla wins every time.
No, it does not.
Tonight we're headed out to Showtime Drag Strip.
Now, here's what they're doing. They have some slicks. On drag races, people use slicks. If you ever saw them spin their tires up when they go,
right,
they're warming their tires up for grip.
Okay.
This person put some slicks on his Tesla for a couple rounds, so you can see.
So what are slicks? Tires that are worn out?
Well, they're wider, and like if you look at my back tires, my back tires would be kind of considered slicks if they were worn down.
Okay.
Okay, they aren't. As you can see, the tread on them is a little bit different cut. So what he's going to do is he's going to put the slicks on his car, and he's going to race a couple, and then he's going to put his regular tires back on. So I'm going to cut the sound because it is a YouTube clip. But as you can see, he has slicks here, and he's going to put them on, and they're smaller tires too, so you can hope that they would do a good job.
Well, I like the box lids he's got him in.
Yeah, well, he's trying to keep his car clean. But anyway, so he puts this all together. He puts the new tires on, and we'll fast forward to that. So there's the slicks on the car. So we go fast forward. There's the difference in the tire.
Wow.
Now, the difference in the tire, it's wider, but it's not wider than mine because mine are pretty wide. But this is the Model S he's racing in. So it's interesting because you could see the difference in the tire itself.
Okay.
And so he put his new tires on, or old tires on, or whatever he put on, and he's getting ready to race. And he's got dual motor. It doesn't say, maybe this is a 3. Is this a 3? I think it's an S. I'm pretty sure it's an S. Let me see the dash. Yeah, it's an S. Okay. Now, these guys spend tons of money on their cars. Keep in mind that he did not change his car from the factory except that tire, those tires.
And so that's a motor.
This is a motor of a nitrous Fox body on slicks. Okay. So when I say on slicks, you know it's the tires.
Right.
But nitrous means that he put a nitrous system in there.
Okay.
You push the button and the nitrous system goes.
Oh, that sounds like a bad combination.
Well, it's a dangerous combination because if you hit the nitrous and you're not ready, you could actually spin your car out and knock the other guy out. So, so some of those are nitrous cars that he's taking on. So we start out. You see the car. It's actually set up for racing. He spent all this kind of money. There's a nitrous thing. There's a thing that starts that his car flies with. And that's all you need to know is that that's a nitrous car, and that's been spent a lot of money. Now, he's on ludicrous mode. He's on ludicrous mode against a nitrous car.
Okay.
Now, nitrous cars can actually beat our cars, my car.
Okay.
The reason they can do that is because what happens is they're nitrous, so when you kick that in, it's like a rocket taking off. It really is. You think you think you're thrown up against the wall on my car? You haven't tried Ludicrous Plus either, but
no.
But it's faster than Ludicrous Plus. So the question is, now you see he's already out there. I don't know if this is the. Do you want to guess who won this?
I'm going to say the Fox body.
You're correct. That Fox body did beat this car.
Wow.
Now, keep in mind, he spent tons of money on this nitrous. So, I haven't, it says only 92 miles per hour. So he says, 1 loss. So, like for instance, if you're looking at this, the reaction time, he was faster by just a 0.005. In 60 feet, he was ahead, and he did it 1.2 versus 1.4. This is on Ludicrous, not Ludicrous Plus, by the way. So 4.39 per feet, 4.28. it's really actually quite funny to watch. In the 8th mile, he did it in 98. What is that? Oh, wait, he won, so. What is this? 6, 7, 98, I forget. What is the 98, 92? Is this backwards? Do I have this back? No, this isn't back.
No, it could be the higher the number, the quicker it is.
Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. But that's the only number I don't know.
Because, see, it says winner down in the lower right.
Okay. Yeah, so, okay, estimated time, he did 6.7 and 6.9. So, yeah, so he lost the first one.
Wow.
Now, so we go against, okay, the tire, he changed his tire pressure from 18 pounds to 25 pounds. Now he's going against a C3 Corvette on slicks.
Oh, boy.
Well, Ludicrous mode, now he did Ludicrous Plus on this one. So which one do you think? C3 Vet or him?
I'm going to say him. And I love Corvettes.
Well, this one is a modified Corvette. I mean, this has definitely got some modifications. If you look there, that handler is way out. That's even outside the hood. I don't remember who won this, by the way. So here we go. Let's see who won. I think there's 7 different cars, if I'm not mistaken. So here we go. They're just warming up here. They're just getting the slicks hot here. So you notice he's spinning his tires to get the grip on the road. So now, is he going to win, or is the Corvette going to win? So the question comes, who do you think? You said, which one did you say? You said Tesla.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. You got the first one right. I don't know what cheetah stance is. That's a mode. What was cheetah stance? Wait for cheetah stance. I forget what cheetah stance is. I saw it, but I can't remember now what it is. It was a mode of whoa, wait a minute. What's that? Cheetah stance is, read it to me.
It's an update for a Tesla.
Okay, so that's the new Tesla.
Yeah.
Okay, cheetah stance says is that it.
Hold on, let me.
This is where the cheetah. Oh, I'll start reading it. That's not going to be on mine because mine's.
Right.
That's only the new ones. What is?
As Tesla now utilizes the adaptive suspension of the Model S and X Performance to lower the front axle in launch mode, mimicking that super fast cat stance as it races off the line. So it's going to lower the front.
So the vet agreed to allow him to use cheetah stance, which basically
lowers your front
end. So you aren't having as much drag on the car. Okay. So I thought it was something else. Okay. Here we go. This is going to be a close one. You think he won?
It looks like the vet won.
I am trying to remember. Now the plus in cheetah stance. Okay, here's cheetah stance.
Well, it looks like
looks like the vet still beat it.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, those guys, they spend a lot of money. 1.49 feet per second. It's the second best Tesla ever, but he did lose. Here we go. Generation Gen 6 Camaro on drag radials versus a Tesla. Which one do you think?
I'm going to say the Camaro.
Do you think? I don't know. I forget which ones.
I don't like going against the Tesla, but
well, these are cars that are. Look at this. This car is freaking monstrous, and they go crazy with their money. Now in ludicrous mode, he's not in ludicrous mode or cheetah mode.
Okay.
And he's not in plus mode. So, do you want to change your vote, or are you good?
Yeah, I'm going to change it because I think Ludicrous will beat him.
But if he was on Ludicrous Plus and he didn't win last time,
I'm going to say Tesla will win this one.
You'll say Tesla will win it? I think you're right. I think you're right. Okay, here we go. There we go. Do you see him?
Nope.
There he is.
Oh.
He beat him solidly. So now we don't need to GoPro replay, but so now he's up against C7 Vet with Plone 6.2L on drag radials, whatever that means. Again, they all have these things, 8 to 9 pounds of boost. Ludicrous Mode, he's racing on this. He let him behind in a clear.
Wow.
Just because I didn't realize he was going to go, or I would have let you bet. So now we got 2 against 2. All right, next rematch. Now he's rematching the built nitrous Fox body on Slicks. So
I think he'll take him this time.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one. I don't remember if he did or not. Okay, he's up here. He's just waiting for the other guy to come up. At some point, he changed the Slicks back to the regular tires. I don't remember when he did that. He's blowing smoke out of his hood.
Is that like blowing smoke out your butt?
I would hope not. Probably smells better than that. Yeah.
Wow.
Now the rematch. Who do you think? Oh, you already said. Which one did you say?
The Tesla.
Tesla, okay. Here we go. In ludicrous only mode. I see his front end over there.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
It's real close. Let me tell you, it's real close.
Oh.
But he's really, really on top of things. This is another angle.
Yeah, I mean, that was real close, because right there, it's like they're side by side.
They are side by side. But the Tesla did end up winning.
Yes.
All right, now we're 2-3.
Oh, Natasha should watch this.
The Dodge Challenger Red High with stock tires. So this guy, the Challenger is always good, and ludicrous mode. Here we go. He left him behind. There was
Yeah. Wow.
3-3. All right, now he's changing the tires back.
Okay.
Do you think it'll make a difference?
Yeah.
You think it'll be faster?
Probably. Only because there's more traction.
Yeah, I think that I agree with you on that. He's taking on a Honda Civic. What do you think? Ludicrous mode, stock Michelins. What?
No contest. He's going to blow that Honda out of the water.
What Honda? Honda what? That was easy. That was too easy. 4-3. Now he's going to take on. Okay, solo test. This is his own. Just a solo.
He's going to try to beat himself.
Well, he wants to establish a time. That's on ludicrous mode. So, okay, the next one. He takes on that black Fox body.
On Slicks, and he's got
his stock tire. He's got his real tires. So we'll see. Do you think that'll make a difference?
I would think it would. He'd have more traction.
So who are you betting on?
I'm going to say Tesla.
Okay, let's see.
I'll probably be wrong for the third time.
You've been pretty good. You've actually gotten a few. I'm trying to think. Is that him? Where's the other car?
Well, Tesla
he
apparently
won that,
won.
so yeah, that was easy. All right, we got. Let's see here. A Pontiac G8.
Oh, my goodness.
What do you think?
Tesla. It's going to blow a Pontiac out of the water.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. There it is, way back there. He's still leaving. Look at the difference. Now, we saw the difference in the beginning. Right. 76.57 versus 187.
Wow.
You know, 10 versus 6 and 6 versus 4 and 2 point. I don't know what the 2.4 is, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, there's a world of difference here now.
And he's on street tires.
Yes.
Alexis, yeah, Tesla's going to beat that one.
Well, he's even set it to the slower sport mode.
Wow.
That's like an insult to somebody.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? We're going to crank it down.
Hold on till I go slower here.
Let me put a mask on so I can't see where I'm going. Maybe that'd make it fair. Look how far back he is.
Wow.
People don't realize how fast the Tesla really is. And when I take them for a ride in it, they like, oh my gosh, I can't believe. Okay, this is the full race Fox body on slicks against the Tesla.
Wow.
I guess this is the Fox body.
Yeah.
So, and that means it's got probably nitro in it. Here we go. Boop, boop, boop. And there it is, way behind.
Wow. Well, I know they were commenting on Sunday that they didn't realize your car was even running. They couldn't hear it.
Well, it wasn't, because it doesn't run.
I know. I said, now, when we were at the charging station, we could hear the batteries warming up.
Well, yeah, but that's, yeah.
And I said, that's different.
Here we got a rematch for the yellow car. Wonder if he set it on chill mode. Here we go. I don't know why he even bothered to rematch. Be humiliated a second time.
Yeah, we know Teslas are fast.
And this one's faster than mine because this is the one that came out right after mine.
Wow.
So, and plus it's an S, so the S is faster than mine. Miscellaneous competitor. I can't remember who it was. You got to think that's funny because he didn't even know who he took on. It was like, oh, there's the
after so many wins, it's like, this is normal.
Well, I had another clip, and I don't know what I did with it. It was a guy that was racing some guy. He was street racing like this.
Right.
Oh, yeah. There's the Mustang. The Mustang's way back there. That would be good to show your daughter. Not even close. Finish margin.
Wow.
But anyway, there he is back there, and that's it. So I just thought you'd find that funny. I enjoyed the thing,
yeah.
And Tesla didn't win every round, but Tesla also doesn't do nitrous either.
True.
The other one that I saw was a guy that was street racing, and they were drag racing just street cars. A lot of the guys spent tons of money building their cars up and took on the Tesla, and he won every round.
Wow.
It was just funny because people don't realize what they're actually getting when they take on Tesla. So, yeah, I saw that and I thought that would be kind of cool to watch. That's all.
Hey, I learned what a slick was.
There you go. And it isn't just a wrestler manager.
That's true.
Is this the one we want? Wait a minute. Is this the one we watched?
Yeah.
Or is that? Yeah, it's the one we watched. I just want to make sure I got to turn that off and that one off. Yeah, I kind of like the whole thing. Okay, so that one would be okay. So we do that one. I want to put it on.
When was that?
What?
Something that just came in.
Oh, by the way, you gave me an article the other day that was from 2017. It was funny because I almost put in my list of things to do, and then I read
Superstar Australian singer and trailblazing feminist icon Helen Reddy dies age 78 in Los Angeles after battling dementia.
Oh.
And she was in I Am Woman.
All right, if you want to send that to me, I'll do that next week. Yeah, I mean, Helen Reddy, boy, I remember them. I remember her. We used to have to do that song in song class. Of course, we didn't sing the I Am Woman, but
right.
Yeah. Oh, here's one that's interesting. That is not Tesla. A C8 against a Wraith. A Rolls-Royce. This is a Rolls-Royce Wraith. This one is a C8. Obviously, you know it's a C8. But the difference is that you got two cars that are really fast, but the C8 is a lot lighter car, but the Wraith, where is it? Oh, okay, here it is. For brief background, the Vet is almost stock, except for the Hennessy exhaust upgrade, which is a pretty big upgrade if you're into racing and stuff. As far as the Wraith, it's certainly more powerful than the Vet, with its twin-turbo V12 that makes 623 horsepower and 642 pound-feet of torque. However, the Wraith is significantly heavier than the C8. So which one do you... So, now you see these two. This one's the Wraith. It's heavier, but it has a bigger motor. This one is lighter and has a smaller motor. Do you have a bet?
I'm going to say the Wraith.
You think the Wraith. So here we go. I will tell you I know the answer to this. Now, I'm trying to figure that. They must have done this multiple times, but as you can see, the Corvette passes the Wraith easily. Now, that's because it's a lot lighter, and it's actually dynamically... Oh, by the way, look at the doors. Wait. Wait. Look at the doors.
Oh,
the
wow.
doors are backwards. So now they did a run. Okay, so the first one that we saw was a running start for the Wraith, but the other one was on the ground. The second one was done the way that they do them overseas. Remember when we saw Ford versus Ferrari? How they run to your car and then take off.
Wow.
And then I think the third one was, I believe that's the. But anyway, okay, so there we go. Now he has an advantage because his doors are open the other way, so he doesn't have to. It's too funny. But the guy went in and he didn't even close it. Oh, the doors automatically close. Okay. So he took off first.
Jeez.
But the question is, would he catch up? I don't know if maybe this isn't part of the race. See, where is he? Oh, there he is. So he did pass him. So, I mean, that tells you, I think the Wraith looks really nice.
Yeah.
But if I had a choice between the two, I may take the Wraith, though, because the other one sits really low to the ground. And getting out of that car would be a real pain. So, now they're doing, what are they doing now? I don't remember. But the bottom line is that it just isn't what I thought. I wasn't sure because the Wraith had that bigger motor. I wasn't sure that it was going to get away with doing that.
Right.
So I just thought it was a fun thing.
Well, I forget who it was I was talking to, but I was saying, like, when you were in the hospital on that last day that I drove the Tesla, I said, the one thing I have noticed is it's easier for me to get in and out of your car than it is my own.
Well, yeah. It's an SUV. It's just funny. Wonder which... I want to do one more. We have one more race. Let's do one more race.
Okay.
This time... Whoops, wrong. This time... Okay, there's that guy again. He wants me to definitely pay attention to him, but I'm really not interested in anything he says. All right, now we've got a Jeep, the new Jeep Trackhawk, which has a huge motor in it. I mean, a huge motor in it. And it's supposed to be one of the fastest SUVs out there against a Model Y.
Okay.
And so this is an interesting one from the perspective of the Tesla is not the fast Teslas. It's not the Model S and it's not the Model X. This is the Y, which is like the Model 3 basic technology. And even the performance version is not nearly the speed that the S and the X are. Okay? Just to make things fair to you. This is the Jeep, which is supposedly the fastest SUV out there. Okay. Just to tell you off. Now, I'm not going to influence you, but do you have a choice? Do you have a...
I'm leaning towards Tesla.
All right. Here we go. Well, there we go. So, she is driving the Tesla, by the way. And they're not racing yet. They're just showing and talking about their cars. So, I'll tell you, it was a good. I didn't know which one it was going to be, but I guessed from my choice in cars. I guessed the Tesla as well. So here we go. Okay, yeah, this is going to hopefully give you some of the specs. It's going to say it's got this huge motor on it, and they're going to say this is supposed to be 707 horsepower. That's a pretty hefty motor in it, and that's a Grand Cherokee, by the way, supercharged. I might be wrong. Maybe she didn't take the Tesla. All right. Let's get on with it. Come on. Oh, here's the stats, side by side. So, this is what it says they are side by side. Supercharged 6.2 liter V8 against the dual electric motors, 707 horsepower versus 450 to 500 estimated horsepower, 645 torque versus 470 to 500 pound torque, and then the weight.
Wow, the Tesla's lighter.
Yeah, that's unusual, but and the price is a lot for that Cherokee. That is freaking $100,000 vehicle. And plus you have to pay for your gas.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so last time to change your mind.
I'm still sticking with Tesla.
Sticking with Tesla? Okay. Let's see if you did the right thing. Here we go. I think. There they got their cars already and we're going to see what goes on with that. The answer is, would you shut up, Elena? Shear, we don't care. We don't care. Do it. Stop talking. All right. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Jonathan Elfalon. Oh, he's driving the Tesla. Okay. So, she drives the car. He drives the... Well, I guess they're both not cars. They're both SUVs. All right. Shut up. We don't want you to talk. We just want you to race. Okay, I'm going to find where she starts the race. They're still talking. Okay, here we go. Race is getting ready to go. 1, 2, 3. Come on, let's do it. Oh, that's interesting. I noticed that... Wait a minute. I want you to look at something. They do these racing things. They're paddles. And that's how you change your gears.
Oh.
You flip up the paddles. That's in race cars.
Okay.
And they do it. I've seen some of the English sports cars do it too. That's kind of interesting. I'm assuming that is one of the paddles. All right, here we go. All right, he's going to pull forward again. Or she's going to pull forward. Oh, she's going to back up. Okay, here we go. Ready? All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go.
She wasn't ready.
Well, he wasn't. He's the one driving that. He didn't move. He forgot to turn on ludicrous mode or something. I forget what it was.
Oh.
So, yeah, she comes back because he screwed up his start. I forgot about that, or I would have fast forwarded through that. All right, here we go. You're picking the Tesla. Okay,
yes.
Here we go. Here we go. He hit the gas and it didn't go because there's an electric. Ah, look at that. Passes.
And he goes.
Just passes it. But I'll tell you what, that car, here's the difference. The difference is very quickly. It was right on top of it. So I was really impressed with that Cherokee. That's fast. That thing is freaking fast. And it's heavy. So there are goods and bad things about that. But again, we come down to adding the regenerative braking and all the other reasons what makes a Tesla really cool to have. So,
wow.
She did actually lose that battle. She won the first one technically because he didn't hit it. But it was really, I thought it was really cool. Anyway, it's time to go. It's time to wrap this thing up. So, thank you for listening in and all that other fun stuff. And,
we'll catch you next week.
Yeah, as soon as I get the stuff ready to go here. I got to figure out where I put my... Oh, there it is. There it is. All right, it's time to... that's the outro there. Here we go. See you next week. Wait, what happened? Hold on. Hold on here. We aren't going. Something's wrong. It's not seeing it. Oh, yeah. It didn't work out the way I thought it would because I had the wrong thing up. So we'll do it again, this time with feeling. Alright, that sucks. Because it didn't do what it was supposed to do. Alright, now we'll try it again. This time you can see what I was seeing that you almost saw. Here we go. Dummy. Of course, the people on the other
Look out, puppy.
Station didn't really care.
Come on, puppy.